form. You know, I mean, it's really funny. You put Rubio and his complaints about about life in the NBA, and then you turn around and put this guy and his complaints against life in the NBA, and there's some interesting cross connects.
Yeah,
and not that all behavior is granted full speed ahead, but it does remind you that basketball, NBA basketball, is a culture, and that culture is under scrutiny every single day. The scheduling of it, how it the travel, and how isolated you can be around a bunch of people on the road.
Yeah, you know what? And you bring up like just the human element we're talking about when it comes to officiating and everything else, but the human element and team dynamics and kind of the culture and the United States and the Western world where culture is getting further and further away from a godly kind of conservative lifestyle. And it sounds like Ayton maybe struggled with that. And you mentioned Rubio, which is something I teased earlier, Ricky Rubio. He's from Spain. And a headline I saw was, "I never fell in love with the U.S. culture. The NBA has become a business." And it's all about the story on why he felt like he would have been a happier person had he never come to the league, because he was a prodigy as a kid. When he was 15 years old, he dreamed of playing his entire career in Jovenet, Spain. He would have played 15 minutes from his home, surrounded by friends, but he gave that up for the NBA. He said, "Sure, my career was great, but I would have been happier as a person." He said he had to create a persona even though he didn't want to, because that's what kind of the league demanded. They want to create this star to sell as an image, and you kind of lose who you are. How was that in your day, Fred? I mean, you were a star in Hunter right well after the league, but there wasn't social media, there wasn't YouTube. He mentions YouTube being a big factor in that.
I was going to say social media is something that should be looked at. They're telling kids in school, take the cell phones away from them. That, you know.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240 presents PAFL Tier 2 football. This afternoon, the Cleveland Cobras make the drive down from Cleveland to face the Youngstown Patricians. The Cobras come in at 2-3 in the PAFL. The Patricians also 2-3 in Tier 2. And Dave Clark, this is the first of two meetings over the next 3 weeks between these two teams.
Yeah, and they're very important games. And, you know, when you look far as playoff, so you're definitely going to see two intense teams going at it in these coming weeks.
And it's so interesting when you look at that 2-3 record. They both have a win over the Mid-Ohio Patriots in close games. Cobras won that by 1. They both have a forfeit loss to a franchise that folded before the season began.
Right.
So they are very similar even with the numbers.
Yeah, everything is really close, so we should have a very good game here.
We're going to jump right into the coach's corner. First up is Adam, the head coach of the Cleveland Cobras. Pregame show continues, joined by Coach Adam Rogue of the Cleveland Cobras. And Coach, your season is very similar to what the Patricians have gone through so far. You're 2-3 as we get ready to begin Week 6 of the PAFL.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a good matchup this week. You know, both teams are hungry. We played a variation of this last year, so this Patricians team looks to be tough.
When you look at your season, I know it hasn't gone the way you hoped, but you come off a tight win over Mid-Ohio in your last game, 27-26. How do you feel the team is playing right now?
Well, I mean, the Cobras are notorious for starting fast. And, you know, this year we didn't start quite as fast as we normally do, but we normally sort of come off the hinges at the end. So I think we're heating up at the right time.
And you look at this matchup on paper, and it's really interesting because you've got two offenses that have struggled for the most part this year, and two defenses that have played very well. You know, on paper, you would say this would be a low-scoring game. What do you think?
I think this game, I think that we're going to be able to hold their offense, you know, watch the film. I think we have a pretty good grasp on what they're going to try and do. And as far as our offense goes, I think we're coming together at the right time. I think this game could be in our favor if this same Cobras team who showed up last week to play shows up this week.
What was the difference in that team that showed up last week compared to maybe the team in weeks past?
We weren't playing scared. We weren't playing timid. We almost, you know, we had our backs against the wall, and we came out swinging rather than overthinking a game plan or trying to force things. We just put our foot in the ground and went.
And when you look at this game against the Patricians, you come in with the same record in Tier 2. Coach, is these last couple of games for your squad, I don't want to say they're must win, but you need to win some games if you want to play in the postseason this year?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We look at these games as must-win games. You know, every time we go out on the field, you know, that's what we're trying to do. And in the beginning of the season, though, the games that we lost, but they were close. I mean, we were losing in the last seconds of this game. I mean, they were heartbreakers. So going into this postseason is going to be, I think we learned a lot about each other. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff on paper that looks good, but it took us a while to take what was on the paper and figure it out. Everything's all good when there's no pressure and there's not an opposing team. It just took us a little bit of a slow start. But as far as going into the playoffs, I think we got to win these games, and I think we got to win them convincingly, and I think that we can.
Coach, your time is appreciated as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Back inside the coach's corner, we are joined by Coach Harris of the Youngstown Patricians. Coach, when you go back and you look at the last couple of weeks, you guys have been right there in the game. You just haven't been able to finish. How do you keep this group focused with those tough losses the last couple games?
The last couple of weeks, you got to tip our hat to the defense for keeping us in games and giving us ample opportunity to score the ball, to get in the end zone. What I take from that, I had to be a coach in the last couple of weeks on our bye week, and I had to make some decisions to even moving forward, so that way we can start, move forward and try to win out the rest of these 3 games.
When you look at that, you had the bye week because of the holiday last week. Was it more of a, let's get back in the lab and focus on what we do best, or did you make some lineup changes, some play call changes? What did you do during that bye week?
During the bye week, I'll be taking over the play calling. Another thing we adjusted, we're going into a no huddle stance opposed to coming out being premeditated and teams knowing how we're going to set up, getting ready for us. I feel like we made the proper adjustments to be able to, score, get in the end zone. We did make some depth chart changes. We're going to activate another quarterback from last season, but he won't be ready till the last Cobras game. How we use our depth, our personnel, we've been struggling with that. Who's on the field at what times? I've noticed during our important games, not our best players. Not saying we don't have our best players on the field where we know that's going to make plays. So just making the proper adjustments and just, we have to coach better. And I'm not gonna beat around the bush about it. To be absolutely realistic, the last couple of games were coaching issues. We got to make better play calling. That was one of the offensive issues. I can't say much, like I said, about the defense, because when the defense gives you a whole half, the last Rapids game, the defense gave us a whole half. The Rapids never made it past the 50-yard line. That means that's bad coaching when you got the athletes you have to be able to get in the end zone. So we got to coach up, man, and stop coming up with excuses about players not executing. Yeah, they make mistakes. I've seen a couple of bad throws where it was just, I would have never thrown in triple man coverage or double man coverage. But but other than that, there's no excuse when the defense gives you over 8 times in the game to get in the end zone.
Coach, this week it's the first matchup of 2 with the Cobras. Very similar records, very similar results to the season. Do you feel like this is almost a playoff-like matchup, knowing you need to win this game if you want to have a shot at the postseason?
This is a must-win for us. It's just proceeding. We got to win at least 2 out of the last 3 games. And the Cobras, I respect their franchise and I respect the players. Whether they win or lose, you can count on them being there. So for us, this is a playoff game, and actually, this is a revenge game for us from last season, because we lost against the Cobras 24-23 last season, and that right there would have been a good win for us last season, us being the Tier 2 team going against a Tier 1. So this is actually a revenge game. But for us, we have to win the rest out if we want to have if we want to be able to live in the playoffs.
Coach,
very important wins.
I appreciate your honesty with us. Always look forward to talking to you, and we will do this next week. We get ready to make that trip to Detroit to take on the Hurricanes. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Today's Youngstown Patricians broadcast on Sports Radio 1240 and Western Reserve Radio 2 is brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. And unusual for semi-pro Dave Clark, we're going to go early. We're still about 4 minutes before 4 o'clock. Cobras won the toss. They have deferred. And the Patricians will get the football to begin today's game, going left to right in the opening quarter.
Yeah, they want to get it going right away, and look like they're going to switch sides.
It does look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're going to switch sides of the field. You're listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris producing and keeping us on the air for multiple outlets, including our broadcast partners in Sports Radio 1240. Dave, you and I talked before the game. These teams, they're kind of mirror images of each other. On paper, it says a low-scoring, close game, but paper never decides a football game.
Yeah, absolutely. You might get a high-scoring game here. This is an intriguing game because how similar everything is, offensively, defensively, the scores. We done talked about that. How things have happened during the season. It's just so identical. It's not even funny. So I'm looking for a very good game.
Ben Lyons set to kick the football away for the Cobras. Patricians now will go right to left here in this opening quarter. A very special day as we are raising funds for Braden Greathouse, a student at Jackson Milton who is fighting the battle with B-cell leukemia, and a lot of the fundraiser for the tickets, the auction, the 50-50, all going to help him and his family. We'll hear from his mom coming up at halftime as well. Ben Lyons ready to get the game underway. Ball teed up at the 35-yard line, and just as Dave Ferris predicted, the rain has stopped, and the sunshine fighting its way through the clouds, which means we will warm back up into the 90s very soon.
Real quick.
So we got 2 men back deep for the Patricians to return this kick. Looks like Jordan Eaton is back there to return this kick. And let's see. We always keep track of the officials. We got 1, 2. I see 2 right off the bat.
Yeah, we got 4 so far. I see 4.
Lyons gets this game underway. Returner will jump up on it across the 15 to 20. Outside of the 25, has a wall across the 30, 35 to the 40, and all the way out near the 43-yard line. And it's going to be the opening return of this game, and it will give the Patricians good field position to start things off here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and if he got one more block there on the outside, he might have been still running.
Corey McElroy, the former Mineral Ridge Ram, expected to get the start at quarterback. We saw Corey get banged up with the shoulder 2 weeks ago against the Rapids, but he seems to be good and ready to go. You're just tuning in. You're wondering, it's football in summer. Yes, it is. It's PAFL Tier 2 football here on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One Network. First matchup of 2 over the next 3 weeks for these 2 teams, both battling for playoff seeding. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. McElroy has 1 running back with him in the backfield. He'll take the snap, drop the throw on first down. Going to roll to the right side. Eyes downfield now. He'll tuck and run with the football, and he'll get across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Give him 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, even it kind of shocked me to come right out. Don't want to throw the football. Yeah, ready to test that secondary right away.
The tailback, Mark Grier, wearing number 24, the Mountain Point High School, where he played his high school football in the Arizona area. Patrician's going to come out now with 3 to the short side to the right, 1 to the left. That's Bates. Slot receiver comes in motion. That's number 5, Ryan Royster. He'll settle outside now with a trips to the left. McElroy takes the snap, drops the throw, going to fire underneath. Receiver makes the catch. That's Tyree Johnson Jr., who's got the first down and more. And
Real
nice job by the Cobras bench to hold him up.
Yeah.
So he didn't crash into anybody. And a good first down. That's a bit of a new wrinkle for this offense.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That's a nice play call. Really, what they would call a pick, but it's not really a inside routes come underneath.
Only defensive backs think it's a pick. 1st and 10 for the Patricians. Trips right, single receiver left, that's Bates. Loose ball snapped on the turf as that went into the backside of the center, and a nice job by McElroy to fall on it and bring up 2nd down and long.
Smart play on this part. Sometimes people try to pick it up and make something happen. He did the right thing.
So this sets up a 2nd down, and we'll call it about 12. Ball back to the Cobras 46-yard line. Again, trips to the right. Bates alone to the left side. Single back is Grier to the right of McElroy. Got to give it to Grier, trying to bounce to the edge, cut it back inside for a few extra yards. As he's able to get across the 45 to the 44-yard line, he'll pick up 2. It'll be a 3rd down and 11 facing the Patricians on this opening drive.
Yeah, they did that all on his own there. To even be able to pick up those couple of yards.
So 3rd down and just about 11 to go now. Just underway in this opening drive. We are scoreless between the Cobras and the Patricians on the TPI Custom Photo Lab Game of the Week. McElroy takes the snap, feels pressure. Grier picks up that pressure. He'll roll to the outside, trying to unload the football. Broke a tackle across the 50, 45, 40.
Oh, my.
Where are they going to say he stepped out of bounds? Stepped out of bounds at the 34-yard line, and he's going to move the chains with an incredible run and a great effort by Corey McElroy.
Yeah, well, let's see if he got it. It's going to be close. Look like he's a little short.
Oh, they are. They're going to say 4th down and 1.
Yeah.
That was a loss back near midfield that he broke free from.
Yeah, and really if he knew that, all he had to do was put that football out in front of him and get out of bounds and would have got that 1st down.
So they check the spot of the football. They're going to say 4th down and less than 1 for the Patricians. 2 by 2 to the right and to the left side. McElroy takes the snap, gives the ball to Grier, who lowers his shoulder into the pile. He'll have the 1st down and more, and this opening drive for the Patricians will continue here this afternoon.
Yeah, down to the 30-yard line now. Nice play there. Nice run inside, too. Being able to break those early tackles. That was right there, but he was able to break it and showing that lower body strength.
So 1st and 10 for the Patricians. Spot the ball at the 30-yard line of the Cobras. 88 degrees starting this one. Just feels like 94, that's all.
That's all.
1st and 10 for the Patricians. Trips to the right side. Burgess looking to throw. Has all kinds of time. Now here comes the double team, and Burgess is going to be dropped back all the way back near the 35-yard line. Had all kinds of time, and then just nobody open, and then the pocket collapsed around him.
Yeah, that was a cover sack there, but you got to know as a quarterback, get the ball downfield, get it out of bounds, and you can't take a sack there.
So that big loss on the sack by the Cobras sets up 2nd and about 16 now to go.
And we know that's one of our favorite players in Burley. He always can make Burgess. He makes big plays, but that time he needed to get rid of the football.
Rain has slowed up or almost stopped here in this opening quarter. Again, Sun trying to fight through. 2nd and 16. We approach 10 minutes to play in a scoreless 1st quarter. McElroy to throw with time. Going to take the deep shot downfield. That is right into the hands of Christopher McCullough, who did a great job, Dave. He boxed out the DB and made a great catch.
You got it, Mark. That's exactly what he did because he got right to his spot and boxed that defensive back out. And the only way he could have got to that is to go through him, which would have been an interception. A penalty flag. We know we hate to hear that as a defensive back.
Right back to the line. This no-huddle offense we're seeing for the first time. McElroy to throw, and a flag comes down. And this might be on the Cobras.
Let's see.
So defensive encroachment on the Cobras.
Trying to get an early start to get to that backfield.
So they will push the ball 5 yards upfield.
He did do that to you sometime.
1st and 5 from the 14-yard line, and an impressive opening drive by these Patricians. 2 to the right, 2 to the left side, 4 wide receiver set. Going to drop to throw. Goes underneath, receiver makes a diving catch just across that marker for a short gain. Once again, that's Tyree Johnson Jr., the Austintown Fitch Falcon, with another catch.
Yeah, he's about 3 yards short of the 1st down. I mean, that's precision there.
So He'll pick up a couple. We'll call it second down and just about 4 to go. Patricians going to substitute in this heat and humidity. We saw them rotate a lot on the D line. Today, it'll be both lines.
Yeah, we see that. Trying to keep people fresh out there.
So, a little confusion in the substitution package. Now we're ready to go. And delay of game penalty. The Patricians
I think it was came off substitution. Yep.
A legal substitution penalty. So the Patricians get 5, and then they lose 5 with that extra man on the field.
Yeah. Came on late to the field. He went to his position, but he can't do that once it then got lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Inside the numbers, Cobras averaging 11.8 points per game. Excuse me, the Patricians averaging 11.8 points per game. The Cobras giving up 17.4. So it is second down and 9 for the Patricians as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. They're going to put 2 receivers to the left side of the formation. Had 3 wings to the right side. Now a man goes in motion. McElroy rolling opposite side, looking back corner of the end zone for number 10, Mark Grier. That pass will float incomplete and bring up a third down and 9.
Yeah, and I think he forgot that, what is that, LaRosa, I think his name, 67, that was in. He usually never plays on the offensive, but he was a legal pass receiver, and he was wide open.
Timeout on the field, 7:41 to play in the opening quarter. The Cobras and Patricians are scoreless on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Patricians use their first of 3 timeouts here in the first half, facing a third down and 9, and we are definitely in David Harbaugh's range for the Patricians, Dave.
Yeah, they want to be cognizant of that too. If you can't do anything, get rid of the football because you are in range.
Burgess now back in there at the quarterback spot. They'll set up with like triple wings to that outside. Now Grier goes in motion into the backfield. They will give it to him on the counter handoff, and he'll plow forward.
Boy, got quite a bit there, but still short, but definitely in the range. Let's see, is they going for it?
Decision time here.
I don't see the kicker.
It's we'll call it 4th down and 6?
Yeah.
From the 15.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Coach Harris calling the plays this week, like you heard on the coach's corner, going to roll the dice on 4th and 6.
Being very, he might get
Burgess.
there.
If he gets the edge, he'll have the first down. Turn the corner.
That guy is something else.
And that is
he's not a big guy, but I tell you, you talking about a determined football player. That's who he is. Because they look like he should have definitely been stopped immediately. That's just a determined guy there.
It is now 1st and goal as they will spot the football at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Patricians. Burgess remains the quarterback. Grier in motion, settles to his right. Burgess fakes it to him. He's going to keep it, go into the pile, and that time the front of the Cobras
the ball
was
came loose,
nothing of it.
Now, she threw it. I actually think I seen him throw it in a fumble, but I thought he was already his.
I think he threw the bag to just spot the football.
Yeah, maybe so. He looked like he threw it in there as a fumble, and it looked like his progression was already stopped.
So actually gonna lose about a yard on that play. 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Well, they got a lot of field on this left side, and you got to
A lot of room for Bates to move.
Yeah.
Singled up, press coverage to the left side is Landon Bates, the former Hubbard Eagle.
The fade is there, Mark.
Burgess
right
looking that way. Stands in the pocket, rolls to the right, eyes downfield, and he's going to be swallowed up for another loss and be pushed out of bounds. It's going to bring up now a 3rd and goal, and both of these quarterbacks, they tried to the last second to make a play, but it's cost them some yardage here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, every now and then it does. They always want to make a big play. Well, this is it here.
So it's 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Cobras going to substitute on that D-line, and Anna Van Moorman going to come in at that D-line spot, try to clog up the middle for the Cobras. So 3rd and 6. McElroy back in at the quarterback spot, takes the snap. Stepping up, running towards that left side. If he beats his man, he can cut the ball inside. He'll get inside to the end zone, and that is a 6-yard touchdown run for Corey McElroy and the.
He shocked me there because I didn't think he would be able to get there, but he was determined. Lowered his shoulder, got his head down, and got into the end zone.
So McElroy's 6-yard run gives the Patricians the early lead. It'll bring on David Harbaugh, the kicker out of Lake High School, to attempt the extra point. Patricians a man down. Mark Grier going to check back in. And now they were actually 2 men short as somebody else comes sprinting onto the field for the Patricians. So that's Jordan Eaton, the starting tailback. Snap down, extra point on the way. That is blocked and no good. That live football picked up by the Cobras. They can return that. And he is going to be brought down. So the PAT, no good.
That's a flag, yep.
You do have a flag on the play.
Yep, and that's a 15-yarder. He threw the ball at one of the Patricians there, and I think they got him for
the
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Officiating crew will huddle. Personal foul on the Cobras. They call it twice. They call 2?
Oh.
He gave the indication twice. So we'll keep it here as we get set for the ensuing kickoff. But a good drive by the Patricians. This offense has struggled the last few weeks, but to get on the board with a touchdown early, that's big.
Yeah, that's big. And it was a decent drive, too, Mark, to see him go down the field like that. Mixing it up, doing a lot of different things than we have seen in the past here. So,
you know, it's kind of, we saw glimpses of what is becoming the predominant offense in football. A lot of underneath, a lot of drag routes.
Yep.
Can get your man on someone that can't cover him and get extra yards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So David Harbaugh will line up to kick, and got a little bit of confusion now. And now the Cobras are going to be forced to burn a timeout. 5:27 to play here in this opening quarter. The Cobras can't get set, so they will take a timeout. And
those are kind of hurt.
Can't get settled between these two teams.
Yeah.
So you never want to have to burn a timeout, especially on special teams, Dave.
Right. I mean, on the kickoff, and you're getting ready to kick off, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, we have yet to actually see the ball spotted after that penalty. It looked like they were going to put it at midfield, but.
And that would be incorrect. Oh, well, no, that would be right. That would be right. 15-yarder, they're kicking. Well, it looks like that's where he's going to set it up at.
And we've seen David Harbaugh's leg, and you could imagine if he wants to, depending on what the play is, he could put this through the end zone pretty easily.
Yeah, and if I was him, I wouldn't do that.
If this were Australian rules or maybe the CFL, wouldn't we get points for that?
Yeah, you kick it then. You get a point for that.
I love watching the CFL football. I don't completely understand it still,
right.
but it's football, so I watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they call it a single, and you'll get one, too.
I thought a single happened in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, I did, too, until I got up there.
How many years were you up there?
3. 3 years.
You tell me what teams, because I can never remember.
Remember Winnipeg Blue Bombers
Okay.
and Montreal Alouettes.
The Alouettes, yes. So we are now set and ready to kick this football to the Cobras for their first offensive possession. That is a...
Yeah, that's a different game, I'm telling you.
That's Harbaugh ready to kick the ball away. So he's ready to approach the football. We are ready to get back to action. It's his line drive kick into this that is going to be brought back across the 10, 15, 20, 25, outside across the 30.
There. Yeah, he has some room.
That's Matthew Wise, number 89 for the Cobras on the return, and he has got some speed.
Oh, yeah, he was getting ready to do something with that. That was a very good open field tackle by number 5 there.
Let me tell you, I was down on the field before the game. That grass is high in some spots.
And that really slows down your speed players.
I've never really understood speed. That's something that's never been familiar to me. So it is David Slap Thompson, the former Euclid product, who will get the start at the quarterback spot.
You see, he has that brace on his left knee. So he's going to have to be a guy to get rid of that pass quick, because this pass rush is something with Freeman.
C.J. Johnson, the former Tiffin running back, is in the backfield. He's going to get the pitch on first down and tripped up in the backfield and coming in there.
Who you think?
Making that stop, of course, it's Tyree Johnson Jr. They try to run some misdirection toss, and that did not work against this Patricians defense.
I tell you, the guy plays that end spot, and he just plays it to perfection there.
And not a guy you look at and say that's a D end.
No, right.
But he uses his speed and his hands very well.
Yeah, they made a move early in the season to do that because he was in the defensive backfield.
Second and long, second and 14, back to the 26-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, single back in the backfield with Thompson on second down and 14. He'll walk up to the line now, call out the checks. Drop back into the shotgun on second and 14. Movement up front, no snap of the football. And that's going to be a false start penalty on the Cobras. Back them up 5 and brings up second and 19.
And you can see there's a lot of confusion. You can actually hear the back judge counting down the final 5 seconds for him.
He had the hand up like they do in high school to let you know the play clock was running down.
And they were still just taking their time. So really out of sync right now.
So second and 19 as we approach 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. The game brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab. 6-0 Patricians over the Cobras. Cobras break the huddle. They will go trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Single back in the backfield with Thompson. That's Thompson and Johnson in the backfield. Low snap, Thompson back to throw, backside pressure, goes over the middle, pass caught.
Good block
Matt
there.
Wise turns the corner. Wise across midfield to the 40. He's going to go. Matt Wise is going to take this to the house, 79 yards for a Cobras touchdown, and we are tied at 6.
Yeah, once he got to the outside and got that one block, it was all over. His speed was evident on that play. And the defense played great what they did, but allowing him to catch that there.
Well, we talked about the speed of Matt Wise, and it showed right there.
Yes, it did.
And now they will come on for the extra point, I believe. So 79 yards on that run by Matt Wise after the short catch. So that looks like that's Ben Lyons on there to attempt the extra point. He has spent a lot of time over the years in a Cleveland Cobras jersey, one of the better kickers in the PAFL. So Lions on for the extra point. C.J. Hale to hold, snap down, hold down. Kick is good and into the woods. And it is now a 7-6 lead for the Cobras. 3:20 to play in the first half. We're back after this quick break on the II Media One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
This afternoon's game on Sports Radio 1240 and the II Media One Network brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call them at 330-793-3456. They got that easy phone number for you to remember.
Well, we talked about it being an even type of game, and that's what we got. Both teams scoring. Both scoring on the first possessions.
So now the Patricians will get the football back, and we mentioned it earlier, saw a lot of wrinkles that we have not seen in the past from them.
Yeah, that's true.
So 7-6 Cobras with the lead, 3:20 to play first quarter. Sun now out. The clouds look like they're starting to burn off for the most part, although I'm hearing there's more storms on the way. This kick is away by the Lions. Going to run up on it. Across the 15, 20, outside 25, and broke a tackle out near the 32-yard line.
Yeah.
Jordan Eaton on the return for the Patricians.
Yeah, he had a little room to roam himself there if he got past that there. Tackle, nice tackle.
So we have seen both return defenses or coverages, however you prefer, struggled on kickoff so far today.
Yeah, so we done seen that with defensively. Little breakdowns a little bit there, but
so looks like Miguel Burgess will now check in offensively for the Patricians to start this drive. Burgess, the former Cheney Cowboy. He's going to have a single back with him in the backfield. And they'll have two receivers to the right and two to the left. See a lot of 2x2 to start this game. Burgess takes the snap. He gives the ball on a handoff.
Well, he had nothing.
And there was nothing there whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely nothing there. That was clogged up from the beginning.
That's a new number. We have not seen much this year.
33.
Going to have to go to the roster. Well, looks like it's either Reed Scott or Carter Scott wearing 33.
It's one of them.
We'll just say Scott. How's that?
That will do it.
So Scott on the carry. He'll lose 3. It's 2nd and 13 from the 29. Jordan Eaton now back there in the backfield. Back to throw. Time. Burgess trying to break through, and the throw downfield short hops the intended target and incomplete. It's going to bring up a now 3rd down and about 12 for the Patricians.
And I actually think he was trying to get it to Harris, who was coming across, and bounced a little bit out from him. Just didn't have enough on it.
So the incompletion stops the clock at 2:21 to play in the opening quarter. 7-6 Cleveland Cobras over the Youngstown Patricians. It's PAFL Tier 2 football, must wins for these teams if they want to play in the playoffs to start the month of August. So Corey McElroy now back in there at the quarterback spot. They go with trips to the left. McElroy overlooking the defense, rolling to the outside, looking for a block, now looking to throw the football. Made the first man miss, cuts back across the 35-40, 45-50, got a black 45-40, and dives to the 35-yard line.
That's a horse collar,
And going to tack 15 more on for the horse collar tackle.
The flag back here, too.
Well, yeah, there's one in the backfield. We'll have to sort these out.
It's probably going to be offsetting.
And Cobras are trying to go back to the line of scrimmage. We'll have to sort this out. We got 2 flags down. First one way upfield at about the 32. They call a personal foul on the Patricians?
Yeah, called a personal foul back there. But you got it up here. Horse collar down there.
So I'm assuming these would. Oh. They offset. So we'll replay third down and wipe out McElroy's big run.
Wow. What a play he made, too.
He is so dangerous in the open field. He got a big block, made a man absolutely miss, had to pick up his shorts.
Yeah. Those 2 quarterbacks back there are dangerous weapons. Sometimes I think they need to be on the field at the same time.
Never know. You never know.
I mean, it looked like Burgess is back at quarterback right now after that run for McElroy.
Give McElroy a little bit of a rest in this 90-degree humidity we've got this afternoon. So it's 3rd and 13 from the 29-yard line. 1 receiver out to the right, 2 to the left. Mark Greer, the tailback, with Corey McElroy. So that's Burgess back there looking to throw. And he's going to be hit. He's going to be sacked inside the 20-yard line. This is going to bring up a 4th down and long for the Patricians.
Yeah, nobody. And what's so surprising on that, you had 3 guys going deep. And really, I didn't see anybody running any intermediate routes across. I didn't see anything like that. So, you need to run that because you need that outlet just in case of things just like that when the protection breaks down.
So David Harbaugh will come on to punt the football away. And Tyree Knight, number 1, is back deep to return this punt for the Cobras, who are 1 man short. So they will sprint onto the field. Karan Jenkins, number 11. Harbaugh in the shadow of his own end zone, ready to take this snap. He'll clap, gets a good snap, good protection, gets the kick away. Knight from the 40, gets a block 45, 50, 45, 40 to the 35, then took a big hit as he crossed the 35-yard line. And they'll spot him right there at the 35. So a short field for the Cobras to start this possession with 33 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, nice return there, too. And now to be able to start from your opposition's 35-yard line, you're in their territory. That's what you want.
So they will start 1st and 10 from the Patricians' 35-yard line. 7-6 Cleveland leading Youngstown in this Tier 2 regular season matchup. Slap Thompson at the quarterback spot has a running back, Malik Gaddy, to his right. A deep back in C.J. Johnson. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right side. So Thompson overlooking that Patricians defense, takes the snap. He'll give the ball on a pitch that's off the turf and picked up nicely by C.J. Johnson.
Oh, man.
He played that hop like a shortstop and got almost a 1st down.
Yeah, he's got about 8 yards out of that, but, boy, he got a great bounce with the ball. Perfect.
Great ball handling that time by David Thompson. Gain of 8. It's 2nd and 2. We're down to 5 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if the Cobras elect to snap it. They will not, and we have come to the end of the opening quarter after 1. It is the Cleveland Cobras 7, the Youngstown Patricians 6. You're listening to PAFL Tier 2 football on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Time to begin quarter number 2 here on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240 between the Cobras and Patricians. Reminding you, today's broadcast brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. Cobras now right to left to begin quarter number 2. Second and 2 from the 26. 15 minutes up on the board. Split backs in the backfield with David Thompson, who swings it out into the flat. Too tall for Tyree Knight out of Cleveland Heights, and it's incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. And when you're in second and short, you can take those risks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm when I'm looking at it, if I was playing in this game, first I'm looking at Slap Johnson. He has a knee brace, and he's not moving around real great. So I know what type of team I have and a great pass rush.
You're dialing up the pressure?
Dial up the pressure. But not only that, I bring my defensive backs up and play in close because he's got to get rid of the football immediately. He has to.
1 to the right, 2 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Thompson on 3rd down and 2. Overlooking the play, he'll hand the ball off to Malik Gaddy, who broke through the pile. And Gaddy's going to have a 1st down as he carries tacklers to move the chains for the Cleveland Cobras.
Nice run there.
Cobras, black pants, green jerseys, black numbers, black helmets with the Cobra on the side. Patricians, gray pants, maroon jerseys, black helmets with the Patricians logo on the helmet.
And both teams, easy to see their numbers. We don't have any problem this week of being able to look out there and see numbers.
1st and 10 from the 16. Single receiver to the right. That's Marvin Germany. We're going to put 2 receivers to the other side of the formation. Receiver now goes in motion to that right side. Line it up, slot to the right. Thompson overlooks the defense, turns, going to pitch it to the deep man, C.J. Johnson. Got through the first
tackle,
wave
baby.
and then got
That's how you come up.
Turf.
That's how you come up. Perfect
Coming
form tackle,
making
helmet
the
in the
play.
chest, and wrap him up, and that's what he did.
See, that was number 2. That's George Freeman Jr. making another tackle.
Yeah, I tell you, that's how you come up. Planted that helmet right in the chest and wrapped up.
I felt that one up here.
Oh yeah, he had bad intentions on that play for sure.
That might be our hit of the year so far.
Yeah, that's what you like. You like that.
Said the former defensive player.
Oh man, I love it.
Make offensive guys cry.
Well, they just better get harder. They better get tougher.
Twins to the right and left. Single back in the backfield. That's C.J. Johnson with Slap Thompson. Thompson overlooking that defense. We got all kinds of movement up front. Here comes the flag. That's going to go against the Patricians.
Got to watch the ball. They got to watch the ball. They want to get to him so badly. They can get to him. And they got to be patient. Because I really believe they can with that pass rush.
2nd down and 9. Ball at the 15-yard line. 12:57 to play in the half. It is 7-6 Cleveland leading Youngstown here in this Week 6 matchup. Two receivers go to each side of the formation. Thompson going to hand the ball off to C.J. Johnson. And Johnson lowers the shoulders and pushes forward inside the 10.
He's close.
You like that running style by Johnson. Really lowers the shoulder, keeps himself square to the line.
Yeah. And he was determined to get that yardage, too.
So 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd and 4. The stick's just in front of the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Two receivers to the right, split 2 wide, outside to the left.
It's going to be a quick inside pass here. The
Johnson,
way they lined up.
The tailback. Thompson said something to Johnson real quick. Takes the snap. They'll pitch it to him to the short side. Ball's loose on the turf. And I think Johnson able to cover it up and maintain possession for the Cobras. Either that or it went out of bounds. There was a massive bodies there, hard to tell.
That was number 27 for the Patricians that was over there quickly. Couldn't get to it, but he was out there quickly.
That's Darian Owens. We've seen him have a couple of big plays defensively this year.
Yep.
So they will bring Ben Lyons on for the field goal attempt. Lyons says, I don't want that football. Give me another one. He'll toss that to the sidelines.
And this is what we talked about with both teams having the weapons from their kicking position. It'll be very important in today's game.
So he'll put his knee down just inside the 25-yard line. So make it about, we'll call it a 35-yard attempt for Lyons. Snap, loops back, Lyons line drive, kick is up and good for Ben Lyons.
Yep.
So with 10:44 to go here in the half, it is now the Cobras 10 and the Patricians 6. We're back on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Well, Dave, after the Cobras scored in the opening drive and missed the field goal, it is now 10 unanswered by the Cobras, and the Patricians need to get that offense going again.
Yeah, they got to get it going. They did have a nice big play by McElroy, but that penalty brought that back and stalled that drive, so they got to try to get back on it.
Looks like Toby Williams Jr. and Jordan Eaton back for the Patricians on this kick coming up from Ben Lyons. Continues to clear out, turn sunny and muggy, but there's a pretty good line of storms before the Akron area. But if you look at it on radar, it kind of fizzles out the closer it gets to our area.
Yeah, we may not get any of that, or we might get some little after effects. But
summer storms, you can't predict them.
Yeah. That was a nice little, as they call it, a shower. That's what we had earlier.
Lyons gets the foot into this one. This one's going to drift deep and be picked up on the hop. Going to break the first tackle across the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then whacked out of bounds.
Yeah, took that with no problem, though.
Coming up to make that stop looked like Cam Scott on the tackle for the Cobras. And there is a flag on the field and a player down for the Patricians.
Boy.
That is not Walt Ali. That is someone else wearing 81.
Well, yeah, that's definitely somebody else.
But we know Walt's about, 6'5"?
Yeah, and I see him on the sidelines, up and down the sidelines, so it's definitely not him. But he's about 6'5". You would definitely know when he's on the field.
So that block in the back is going to back the Patricians up after a nice return. And And you talk about it. I mean, you look at it, and
That one was close, I tell you.
we know the defense is good.
Yeah.
But the strength of the offense is the depth at wide receiver, even without Walt Ali.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have a lot of depth there, and they just got to use it. They got to call these plays in succession and get some type of rhythm going. That's what's missing right here.
And if you're a high school football fan, you're saying, Walt Ali, that name sounds familiar. Well, he played his high school football for the LeBray Vikings up in Leavittsburg. Corey McElroy, the quarterback. Mark Grier is the tailback, the Mountain Point High School, Arizona native. Going to bring a man in motion. Burgess takes the snap, going to roll to the outside, looks downfield, single coverage on Bates. He turned around and was able to hold on to the football.
Oh, they called it incomplete.
No, incomplete. The ball was thrown over the wrong shoulder. Bates completely did a 360 to try to make a play on the ball and just couldn't quite pull it in.
Right. And to be honest with you, the credit the quarterback, it's actually that's the shoulder you want, is the outside shoulder. Keep it away from the defensive back. But he had to make his adjustment. He was looking for that ball inside.
Because guys like you will try and take it away.
Yeah, if we can. We want to get to it. But he made a great adjustment on the ball. Great adjustment.
2nd and 10, 10:29 to play in the half. 10-6 Cobras over the Patricians. McElroy at the quarterback spot, takes the looping snap, fakes the ball to Grier. He will lead block. And now McElroy going to reverse upfield.
Oh, he needed one block there.
Chopped at him from behind, did a good job to hold on to the football. It looked like initially he should have just followed Grier to the edge.
Yeah.
But he cut back to try and get some extra yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8 to go.
Yeah. It's a big play here.
Under 10 to play in the half, brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab. Trips to the right. One receiver to the left side that looks like that has landed Bates. McElroy overlooking the defense. Jordan Eaton in there. McElroy takes the snap. Had McCullough on a crossing route, but decided to go downfield this time to Ryan Royster, who made the catch for the 1st down. Did a good job to let the play clear, and then he came back for the catch.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of patience on both the receiver and the quarterback there to allow that to open up so he can get it there.
Credit to that offensive line for giving McElroy the time to wait.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Patricians. Trips to the left, single receiver right side. That's Christopher McCullough, singled up. McElroy to throw with time. Timing ball downfield. Underneath throw is intercepted by the Cobras defense. And they will bring it back near the 10-yard line. It's coming down with the football.
Yeah, that's strictly on McElroy there, as he was trying to place the football instead of just throwing the football. Throwing it to the receiver, just throw it out there. He actually trying to place it, and it was easy. That is an easy ball to defend, especially if you playing deep two, and that's what they were doing in a cover two.
Kev Fortson with the interception, and the Cobras will take over. Fantastic field position right about the Patricians' 15-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you. Shocked that he did that, knowing the way he plays the quarterback position. But you see a team in cover two, you definitely can't float it into the deep secondary. They'll read that and pick it off just as they did.
Cobra, single receiver. That is Matt Wise to the right side. Trips to the left side. Single back in the backfield. That looks like Malik Gaddy next to Slap Thompson. Thompson takes the snap. Fade ball down the sidelines, and that'll fall incomplete. One-on-one coverage
that's
by
terrible.
Burgess.
That's a terrible
and
call.
A very late flag.
He was encouraged on that one. I hate to say that because I'm watching that. I was watching that ref the whole time. He didn't place his hand back there. Didn't do anything.
The ball fell incomplete.
Yep.
The players had already stood up.
Yeah.
And then the flag came
in
very late.
Oh yeah, That right there should be picked up. That's bad right there.
So they've got 3 of the 5 officials huddling.
Yeah, they got to do something on that one.
And they're going to pick it up.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it was so late. The heck? I'm wondering what's going on out there.
Think they called it an uncatchable?
No, no, I don't think so. That's what he's saying? Uncatchable?
Yeah, either way, they picked it up.
Yeah, I just wanted to. That was a cover-up for the for the bad call. Yes, indeed. That was so late.
Good crowd filing. To celebrate, Braden Greathouse trying to raise some money for his battle with B-cell leukemia. Thompson, long look over that defense. Going to put the ball in the belly of C.J. Johnson, who tried to reverse field and ran into the waiting arms of big 00 Tyvon Parchman Sr. for the stop.
The stop there. Good defense on that play there.
So say no gain on that play. Bring up a 3rd down and 10. 8 minutes to go. Coming up, don't forget, coming up at halftime, Braden's mom going to join us to talk about everything going on today, the support from the community. We'll get caught up with her coming up at halftime. So 3rd down and 10. Cobras can get a 1st down around the 5-yard line. Thompson has 1 receiver right and 2 split out to the left side. We've got movement up front.
I think he
here
might have
comes
got
the flag, and they're going to call this a false start on the Cobras.
Okay, because I thought he might have got him with the count, snap count. But one of the interior line.
The Cobras up 5. During the pregame ceremonies, rained early 1st quarter, and we've been good ever since.
Yeah.
That's the tough part about 20 minutes and right back up into the high humidity 90s.
Yes, yes it does, and it raises quickly too.
3rd and 5. Right, 2 to the left side. Patricians showing some man press coverage inside. Thompson to throw, pumps, gonna look downfield, has a man out there and overshoots.
Yep.
It'll bring up 4th down. And
a little bit there, and number 3 for the Patricians really read the ball, read everything good. I mean, back there, but just was late getting there. Marcus Brown, he's seen it. He's seen everything. Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, some confusion on the field.
A lot of it.
Must have been a late flag that we missed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah. What are you saying? It was offsides?
So that'll give him 5.
He said 3rd?
3rd and 15 becomes 3rd and 10 from the 15. Split 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right side.
Oh, inside route. He ready inside.
Movement up front. Flag comes out. Ball deep downfield is batted away and incomplete.
That's good coverage there.
That is Burgess, and then we've got a little conversation after the play between Miguel Burgess and Matt Wise, and I don't think they were discussing dinner plans.
Yeah, no time soon.
So 6:51 to play. That is something we have seen from Slap Thompson over the years. He really does work the hard count.
Yeah. There, right?
So 3rd now and 5.
Nice 3rd and 5.
From the 10.
That's why it's so important to be disciplined on defense Watch the football. That football don't move, you don't move.
Thompson going to put 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. Single back is C.J. Johnson to his right side. They're going to give the ball to Johnson.
Oh, great defensive
Johnson
play.
got
Good run, though.
Stood up, broke through the tackle of Bates, and then was pushed back. And, Mark Grier liked that tackle.
Yeah.
And David Pringle said, excuse me, Mr. Official, but I have the football.
Yeah. A little late on it, but I tell you, he made a miss on the first initial.
So 4th and 2 with 6:19 to play. Clock now rolling, and Ben Lyons will come on for his second field goal attempt. So Lyons going to put the knee down, looks like about the 10.
Yeah.
So this will be a 20-yard attempt pretty much down the center for Lyons.
Well, a little bit further back, like 25. Yes, it at the 15.
So that's a 25-yard attempt.
Yep.
Snap down, Lions kick plenty of distance, hit the upright.
It's still in.
And bank through, and it is good.
Yep. Wait, they got a flag. Let's see what they call. Offsides, them, yes, that's what I thought.
So they'll decline that.
They should decline and take it first down.
They initially indicated they'd decline the penalty and take the points. What are we doing here? So that flag would give them a...
Exactly.
So they're going to take the first down, take the points off the board. All right, so that...
I mean, you're talking about undisciplined, and we haven't seen that. We haven't seen nothing like that since we've been, consistently of being snap count, the voice inflection. You can't do that. Watch the ball when you're on the line of scrimmage.
So 5:37 to play in the half. 10-6. The Cleveland Cobras lead the Youngstown Patricians. PAFL Tier 2 semi-pro football here on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One network. So the up to this Patricians defense to attempt to stand tall. First and goal from the 5-yard line. A new tailback in the backfield now for the Cobras. That is Gashawn Robinson, number 22, played his high school football at Twinsburg. So Robinson is the third back. Now we've got Coach Adam Rogerson on the field. But I see what's going on with this.
Yeah.
Now looks like satisfied with the explanation. So it's both Robinson and Johnson in the backfield now for the Cobras. Both to the right side of David Slap Thompson.
Trying to get a mismatch here on the right side.
They're going to give it on a handoff up the middle.
Oh, wait a minute. I think he lost the ball. Yes, I definitely think that. He definitely lost the ball. He lost the ball, no doubt about it.
And one of the Patricians came
yes,
out
it
of there
did,
with
right
the
at the goal line. Great play there.
Looked like, let's see, that looked like, was that David Pringle who came out of there with the football this time?
I'm not sure who came out. But I tell you, shades of Ernest Biner is
why?
Well, I had to throw it in
why,
there.
Dave Clark,
why? That's why I just wanted to see your reaction. Now I got it. I got it out of you.
You want me to relive young Mark crying at his home when Biner fumbled the football?
Oh, my God.
And then they traded him for the great Mike Oliphant, who was a bust?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we better not talk about it.
That is some bad memories. Why don't you just bring up John Elway while you're at it?
No, I won't bring him up.
The athlete that tormented my childhood. So Burgess, check that is Corey McElroy now in there at the quarterback spot. From their own 2-yard line. Mark Grier is the tailback.
I'm surprised they're in the.
They work out of that shotgun formation. Give it to Grier, just trying to create some space. And he's able to push forward for just a couple of yards.
Yeah. See. Yeah,
you know, there's been a lot of single coverage on Landon Bates, but it's single coverage, and they're playing way off of him.
Yeah.
So give him a couple. Sets up 2nd down and 8. McElroy overlooks the defense. Game clock now down under 5 minutes. McElroy to throw with time underneath. Had a crossing route for Tyree Johnson Jr. that was behind him and incomplete.
And, you know,
flag in the end zone.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's holding in the end zone. That's a safety.
That's a safety. That is a safety if it's holding in the end zone.
Is that a flag back there that we're just going to ignore, or is that a pylon?
Yeah, that might be one of those pylons down, yeah.
Maybe it is, okay.
Yeah.
Like somebody recognized the flag, but I need to recognize the pylon. 3rd and 8.
Well, I shook you up. I'm sorry, Mark. I shook you up that earlier. Bad memories.
McElroy working out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Stands in the pocket, looking downfield. Has a man downfield, and McCullough now go down there. Late McCullough leaped up and made the catch right at the 40-yard line. Again, he boxed out the defender and made a great catch. Now what? McCullough took the ball from the official.
Keep going.
He didn't think he was down. He was not touched.
No, he wasn't touched.
They were going to say he was down.
He was not touched.
But nobody touched the man.
And the referee, I don't know why he took the football.
I wonder, is the play dead because the referee had the ball? What are we going to call here?
This is going to be important.
McCullough made the catch
he
at
made
the
40. Catch. No, I didn't see anybody make contact with him for sure.
The DB who got beat that time for the Cobras, that looked like Tamir Stevens, number 21.
Yeah, and from my angle, I couldn't tell that he got a hand on him. Yeah, that's what he did, didn't he?
When he gave him the ball, he just ruled down.
He basically conceded. You're right when he gave it to the ref.
So 1st and 10, Patricians from their 40-yard line.
I'm telling you, McCullough is on one-on-one right now again.
Going to give the ball on a play fake. Now McElroy going to go underneath. Pass caught. Landon Bates, 1st down. In double coverage that time. He took the ball away. We'll go into Cobras territory at the 47-yard line. You're listening to Sports Radio 1240, WBBW Youngstown on the iMedia One Network. As we move past 5 o'clock, 10-6, Cobras with the lead over the Patricians.
A little sidearm on that last pass, too, to get it to him.
Burgess takes the snap, going to roll to the outside. McElroy, looking under pressure, avoids the sack again, needs to just throw this one away. He breaks free, cuts inside the defender, and slid down back at the 48-yard line. He's going to lose about 4 and bring up 2nd down and long. And now what do we've got? It's going to be a Cobras timeout. Get some hydration for everybody. We'll step aside as well. 3:04 to play in the half. Cobras 10, Patricians 6 on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Cobras use that timeout. They're left with one. Patricians, Coach Harris has a pair in his pocket, and sometimes you need a timeout to regroup. Sometimes you need a timeout to hydrate.
Yeah, absolutely. And that with this heat that we feel out here this evening, you definitely do need to hydrate. But you know my rule, Mark. Hydrate early in the week. That's when you hydrate.
I've learned that
Get
lesson.
ready.
I've learned that lesson from you. I don't always follow it well, but I've learned that lesson over the years.
Yeah, you won't pay.
2nd and 14, back at the Patricians' 49-yard line. Patricians looking like they are. They got the right package on the field. Trips to the left, single receiver right side. That is Jordan Eaton out of Austintown Fitch at the tailback spot. Corey McElroy out of Mineral Ridge, the quarterback. McElroy swings it into the flat to Eaton, who makes the catch. Got a block from Johnson, cut up field, and he's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage, and that is another new wrinkle. I haven't really seen the backs involved in the passing game.
And that's something that they should do from time to time.
Really takes that over pursuit of the defense away, right?
Right. Start slowing that pass rush down. That's what you want to do. And they don't really use that often, but they should.
3rd down and 10 from the Cobras' 48-yard line. 2.5 minutes to play in this first half. Single receiver to the left and trips to the right side. McElroy pointing out the potential blitzer. Takes the ball, rolls to the outside, feeling the pressure. Now rolls back into that pressure, able to get away for a moment, and he's going to be sacked all the way back near the 40-yard line. He's going to lose 13 yards, and it's going to be 4th down and long, and they've got a Cobras player down on the field.
I give it to him. He tries to make things happen, but him and Burgess, but at this times when you got to say, hey, there's nothing there, just throw it away.
So there's a player down on the field for the Cobras.
There'll be a lot of them down if you keep having to run after this guy all day in this humid heat.
So they are going to allow the players to hydrate during the injury stoppage. Got the trainer for the Cobras over there with one of the Patricians players. And that's the thing about
like the ankle there.
This level of football. The guys, they all know each other. They played on different teams together.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're competitors, but no one wants to see somebody get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they will continue to look at the player that's down. Looks like the Patricians got a couple players over there. Got CEO and President John Galbraith over there as well. Don't forget, we are here to support Jackson Milton student Braden Greathouse with today's proceeds from some of the ticket sales. There's going to be a 50-50, an auction, and his mom's going to join us at halftime to talk about the battle and the things that their family are going through. He found out just last year with the diagnosis at the end of 2024, and we'll learn more about what they're going through and how the community has rallied around them.
Yeah, that is tough, to see a kid like that. He looked joyous going out there for the coin toss. I see him now on the Patrician sidelines, and he's with the players over there, standing on the sidelines. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, I talked to his mom before the game, and she said all he wanted to do was go to the locker room with the team before they came out, but it was actually cooler in the locker room than it was outside.
Yeah.
So 4th down, and David Harbaugh on to punt for the Patricians. Tyree Knight, single returner, back deep for the Cobras. Knight get it drop back to about his 25-yard line. Now even deeper. High snap for Harbaugh. Pulls it down, gets away a wobbly kick. That is going to take a great roll for the Patrician. Landon Bates is down there to down the football.
Boy, around the 16-yard line, right around there.
Turned into a big break for the Patricians.
Yes, it did. And we didn't seen him make those type of plays.
And you know what? People say people that may be broadcasting this game down further, how they don't like kickers.
Right.
That kicker is an athlete, or he doesn't make that play.
Yeah, that's right. And I just talking before game, I was talking to Dave, and I said, and I was surprised. I said, I think he could play another position, not just a kicker. See something good out there. I watch guys' eyes.
And you know what? That's the thing, too, about it. Like, you look at the elite college kickers, NFL kickers, you say a 52-yarder.
Yeah.
That's like a 35-yarder a decade ago.
Yeah, that's right. It's a different thing now.
Kickers are athletes. Who knew? Thompson and the Cobras with the football at their 16-yard line. They've got 1:49 and 1 timeout remaining. Going to break the huddle. They're going to send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. That is Tyreen Knight, locked up in single coverage with Mike Jones. Thompson fakes the handoff, and he is sacked in the backfield.
I wonder who that is.
That's George Freeman Jr., who came clear. Thompson turned off of the play fake, and he had a maroon Patricians jersey literally in his face.
Oh, yeah. That was a play there.
Now the Cobras are going to the Patricians will take a timeout. We'll keep it here for this one.
And that was smart.
So each team left with 1 timeout with 1:32 to play. And you know what? Whichever coach was like, well, we're going to take Mr. Tyree Johnson Sr. and you're a defensive end.
Yeah.
And he probably was like, all right, let's see about that.
Yeah.
And we'll have to check with the numbers, but I'm saying if he doesn't already have double-digit sacks, it's close.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I believe he does have double digits for sure.
I mean,
because we done seen a couple of games where he had at least 3 or 4 in each of those games, and he's present on every game we done seen him since he's been changed to that position.
And you know what Tyree Johnson Sr. does? He puts up residence in the backfield.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
So it is 2nd down and 16 when we resume play all the way back to the 9. And something we haven't seen this year, I don't believe. We got Landon Bates seeing some time on the defensive side of the football today.
Yeah.
1:32 to play. It is 10-6, the Cleveland Cobras leading the Youngstown Patricians. PAFL Tier 2 semi-pro football on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Okay. Now they're in cover 1 too, and this is where you line up one-on-one with the receiver, and you want to get to the quarterback.
2 backs split between Slap Thompson.
Oh, what
They're
an
going
opener.
to run it, and a big hole opens up for Gashawn Robinson out of Twinsburg for the nice gain. I think he got back to 6. They lost.
Yeah, he might have got that. It was a big hole. It closed quickly. And that's what you see the difference in, even at this level of semi-pro, there's a different level of speed than it is at the high school level. That was a big hole, but it closed quickly.
So Brett Widener goes to the sidelines. Brett Widener checks in Mike Jones to the sidelines. 3rd and 10. Clock continuing to roll as we approach a minute. So if the Cobras, if the Patricians called timeout, they're going to want some time back on the clock.
A lot.
1:25. So they're going to put some time back on the clock.
Look like you said 123 on there. Yep.
That's what we got.
Got him.
So the Patricians use their final timeout.
3rd down play. You want to stop them quickly.
Now the question becomes, if you're the Cobras, what do? You run the football. They don't have a timeout. Then you take some extra time to punt the football away. Patricians may only have a few seconds when they get the ball back.
Yeah, that's what you're basing that. But it gives the Patricians a chance to see if they can block the punt or get a great run back and get their own kicker in field position.
So it's 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Thompson, 2 backs in the backfield on his right and left. Single receiver split wide out to each side outside of the hash marks. Thompson going to throw, going to take a shot downfield and incomplete.
He shocked us.
For looking downfield, that is number 6. D'Angelo Thompson, the intended target.
That was shocking because that's the thing they don't want to have is incompletion. That clock stops, and now you give them a chance to have maybe 40, 50 seconds.
So, yeah, you kind of you question that call of throwing the football.
Yeah.
And now we'll see. I mean, you would anticipate getting a short field either way, but might expect 10 men up along the line for the Patricians.
Yeah. They're either going to do that or they're going to set up for a return.
Looks like we think they're set up. That looks like they're setting up for the return. So I'm just going to hang up the coaching headset and not try and guess anymore. So back deep for the Cobras, for the Patricians. That looks like Marcus Brown and Darian Owens.
Now they called their last time out because of the confusion.
So all of our timeouts now have been used. And this is, when you look at the math and you look at the season, this is kind of what we expected coming into this one.
Yep, that said we should see a good, hard-fought game, and that's exactly what we're getting.
The only thing you forgot to do when you got here was put the air conditioning on in the press box. So the Patricians, they will wrap up the regular season in 2 weeks. When we head up to Cleveland to the Snake Pit to wrap up the regular season. And you heard both coaches in the coaches' corner, mention the fact that these are must-wins.
Yeah.
If they want to go into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I
believe the bottom 2 in Tier 2 don't qualify for the postseason, so all these games are critical.
Everything on this here play is so critical to snap. It's got to be a good snap, and he's got to be able to get rid of that ball.
That is Kupenreiter out of Toledo now to punt the football. That's not Ben Lyons. Loop snap back to him, rush on, gets away.
Oh, nice.
Wobbly kick. Jordan Eaton makes the first man miss across the 50, cuts back, and he is going to be pushed back shy of the 45-yard line.
Yep.
Pretty good coverage by the Cobras special teams downfield.
Excellent punt. We
now
got a flag.
We got a couple of guys tied up. We got one flag. Now we got another flag.
Here we go. Are we going to get offsetting penalties, or let's see what happened here?
The Patricians are pointing at the Cobras. As always, the Cobras pointed at the Patricians. You're not supposed to point at me with that finger, Dave. That's not nice. It actually wasn't that finger. It was the one they pointed right at my nose like I was about to get punched. So we've got 66 seconds to go as we sort out this penalty.
And if it's offsetting, it'll be right where it's at, but. Okay. Yeah, it's going against the Cobras because it was after. So that one overrides, and it should be a 15-yard penalty against the Cobras.
The initial indication was offsetting.
Yeah, but the other one was after action.
Dead ball.
It's a dead ball, so it'll override.
So this will give the Patricians. When you've done games for one team and then you've done games for the other team, you kind of get wrapped up in what's what.
Well, I tell you one thing. It's given us a good first half of football.
It is 1st and 10 Patricians from the Cobras 35-yard line. They've got a...
And they got time. They just...
And they've got L.J. Rosa lined up in the backfield.
Yeah. They had to set earlier in the game, which...
McElroy swings it underneath. Royster makes the catch, was looking for blockers, and he got tossed to the turf.
Now get up and don't worry about anything else. You got to get up and get to the line of scrimmage.
Malik Gaddy there on the tackle and then stepping over Royster. 45 seconds, clock continuing to run. They got to get this play in a little faster.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Too sluggish for this.
McElroy.
Lots of time.
Overlooking the defense. 15 seconds off the clock. Down under 30 seconds. McElroy to throw. McElroy with time. Steps up into the pocket. Going to take a shot, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone. Looking again for Ryan Royster out of Warren Harding. For a moment, we had one of the Cobras defenders down. This will be 3rd down and 10 from the 35. So you're looking at a 52-yard attempt from this spot.
Yeah, from this spot here. You got to see if you can pick up something and get it in the 40s.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10, 35 seconds to go. Going to go trips to the left, empty the right side. Mark Grier is to the right of Corey McElroy on 3rd down and 10 from the 35. Pressure coming. McElroy rolling out. Flag on the play. Going to fire downfield, and the ball knocked in the air, then almost caught by McCullough.
Holding, definitely holding.
So the penalty will be holding. It looks like the Cobras will decline. I believe they'll decline that penalty. So that'll bring up 4th down. 11 seconds to go. And no indication that they're going to try this kick, so they are going to go for it on 4th down and 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you want to try it. Only thing about it, you try this kick, it's about 53 yards, somewhere in there, neighborhood 52. It could get blocked.
Right, return.
And return. So I don't know if you want to chance that. Now, maybe what you would do is just go ahead and punt it. And just a little pooch punt.
Little Randall Cunningham action?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could try it. Try to throw it up and see if you get a touchdown here.
I know he used to hold the record for longest punt. He did it on Monday Night Football. I wonder if he still does.
Yeah, I'm about to look that up and see.
McElroy takes the snap. Pressure as he steps up the middle. He's got room to run. Beats
that's hog trap.
There's a horse collar
that's
tackle.
Horse collar.
With
First
3
down.
seconds to go.
Oh, yeah. He's got one more chance.
That is a clear horse collar tackle, and the flag came out, and that's the penalty.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get it one more time. One more chance here.
If you're watching on the Facebook feed, you got a great shot of that tackle, illegal tackle. So we're going to see David Harbaugh come on and attempt a field goal.
Smart play.
Thought he had the initial angle, did McElroy, to beat him.
Yeah.
And he technically did till he reached out and tackled him by the collar.
Yeah, because otherwise he's going right past him. Guys can get injured so much on those plays.
Put the knee down at about the 22. So this is a 32-yard attempt for Harbaugh. 3 seconds to go in the half. Showing pressure up the middle. Harbaugh gets his cut to this one, and it is good as time expires. So
wow. And it was tipped. It was definitely hit at the line. He had enough power on it to make it, as that ball was definitely tipped at the line of scrimmage.
We've come to the end of the first half. Our score at the break, it is the Cobras 10, the Patricians 9. We'll take a timeout. We'll begin the post-game show, And we will talk to Braden Greathouse's mom coming up next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Halftime continues here on Western Reserve Radio 2 between the Cobras and the Patricians, and we are being joined by Katie. She is Braden Greathouse's mom, who are all here to support with today's game. Katie, thank you for taking a couple minutes to join us.
Thank you.
So can you start off by just updating everyone? How is Braden doing right now?
The last month's been a little bit hard for Braden. He is going through a high-dose methotrexate chemotherapy that has caused him to have mouth sores. So that's kind of a little bit of a struggle for him right now. But other than that, he's still in good spirit, just kind of taking it day by day, rolling with the punches.
Now, I saw on the Patricians posts about today's fundraising game, they mentioned that he has B-cell leukemia. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
So it is a blood cancer. We found it right after Christmas. He actually had a mass in his hip. He had had some hip pain for a while, and they did a bone biopsy, and the bone biopsy came back that it was B-cell leukemia and that he had this mass, and it just kind of, the leukemia cells were just running rampant through his blood system.
Can you tell us how you got involved with the Patricians in today's game that's hopefully helping raise a lot of funds for you and your family and for what Braden's going through?
I think it was basically Facebook and just kind of like mutual people in the community, and they've come out to anything that Braden's had. They contact me to check up on Braden, and they have been phenomenal. They have been one of Braden's biggest supporters everybody has on the team, from coaches and players just coming out and seeing Braden when little things are done in the community for him.
Now, I know he has a football background as well. How do you think that football background, the mental focus that it takes to play the game, has helped him with this new battle that he's involved in?
I think it's helped him a lot. With his football background and wrestling background, he has a lot of discipline and the mental capability of a child. You know, he was diagnosed at 16, and just the mental that the football and his other sports has taught him over the years that he's been able to just go head on with this and have great spirits about it. I mean, he has his down days, but I mean, when you lose a game, sometimes you get tough on yourself too, and that's just kind of how he's rolled with it.
How has that community support been? I know, North Jackson is a small, close-knit community, and the support has gone not just within that community, but area-wide. How has that been, and how has that made, him and the family feel?
It's phenomenal. We've had a lot of support from, Jackson Milton businesses, also our original hometown, Newton Falls, Warren, Youngstown, just to people that his story has reached is phenomenal, and the love and support and the prayers and the good vibes that just the entire Trumbull and Mahoning County has shown Braden is just, it's heartwarming. It's amazing that, we have such a big support system that people that we don't even know, and we've met so many new people just through Braden's journey. It's phenomenal.
Can you tell us a little bit about Braden? What does he like to do for fun? If he's got some downtime where he doesn't have to worry about school, is it video games? What does he like to do?
Right now, well, obviously he can't play football, but it's video games, and we have a little basketball court at a church that he's been kind of going up when he has good days, and he'll shoot the basketball around, or in our back driveway he takes the basketball out there, or he'll play video games with his brothers. He has a little brother and an older brother, and I think that's been kind of the savior that, when he can't leave his room and's not feeling well, his brother's one room over, and you can hear them. They leave their doors open and they play the games back and forth. And also his older brother, they get on the phone and they'll play the games together, just to because sometimes he can't get out and see people because of his white blood cell counts and stuff.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us here at halftime. Hopefully we have an opportunity to, kind of get the word out, raise some money for the family and everything that you guys are going through. And I just want to thank you for taking a few minutes to join me.
Thank you. I appreciate this. This is phenomenal. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll get ready for the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your... During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man. You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Halftime from the Owl's Nest, and it is a 10-9 lead for the visiting Cleveland Cobras over the Youngstown Patricians. Today's radio broadcast on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240 brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. And it's kind of played out the way we thought so far, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we talked before, we've seen it was everything is close. We looked at all the statistics, everything we can look at, it was close. And now we got a score of 10-9. So it's definitely played out as we talked about.
First half scoring looks like this. At the 5:27 mark of the opening quarter, Corey McElroy, 6-yard touchdown run, gave the Patricians an early 6-0 lead. The extra point was up and no good by David Harbaugh. Then just about 2.5 minutes later, it was Slap Thompson to David Wise, who broke free for a 79-yard touchdown. The extra point up and good, a 7-6 lead for the Cobras. Ben Lyons, at the 10:44 mark of the first half, added a 35-yard field goal to make it 10-6. And as time expired in the first half, David Harbaugh connected on a 32-yard field goal that, as you mentioned during the call, was partially tipped.
Yeah.
And we sit at 10-9 Cleveland here at the break.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm looking for more things. They're going to have to open it up. The Patricians, they try to do it, but they're going to have to be more consistent in their play calling and try to move this football, because I think they can move the ball on them.
Yeah, we'll talk about this a little later in your keys to the second half, but it looks like the crossing stuff, the underneath routes, they might be there.
Yeah, and they haven't ran a lot of them, and the one that they did, they got it right there on target. So, I mean, they need to try to do a lot more of that and going to the running backs.
It is a 10-9 score for the Cobras here at the break, and it is an iMedia One Network celebration here tonight from the Owl's Nest. We got our crew, of course, Jim Craven, the coach Bob Gessler, Matt Craven on the production, just on the other side of that wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we had the pregame debate of who was the A crew and who was the B crew.
Right.
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me.
Halftime, 10-9. It's a one-point game in favor of the Cobras. We will be back after this, and we'll get Dave's keys to the second half. You are listening to Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says saying, "That's rad," it simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio. Halftime continues here on Sports Radio 1240 and Western Reserve Radio 2, as today's game being brought to you by our friends at TPI Custom Photo Lab. Find them online at tpiphoto.com as we witness the kicking competition here at halftime. And a one-point game, 10-9. Cobras with the one-point lead. And Patricians looked like they had something going offensively on that opening drive. And then haven't really found that rhythm again.
Yeah, again, they're going to have to find it, you know. And this is a close game, so it's nothing to panic about. You just got to get on one accord, start getting some rhythm on that offense, and you're right there. And I'm watching these kickers kick these football. They're going to be very important also. I believe they already have been.
You know, we've seen some rain early on in this game, and then it kind of most of the first half was dry. But the second half it's interesting because there's a lot of the line between these two teams. Mm-hmm. It's you know, a big game in the standings, knowing you're going to see each other again in 2 weeks. And you know, how do you approach that as a coach? Like, you got to get this one.
Yeah.
But you don't want to give away too much because you got another one in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But you know what? I think for me, I just put it all on the line. because these two games going to mean so much. So what they know is what they know, and what you may just try to get a couple of new wrinkles for that next game, but you to go out there and hey, they're just going to have to stop me, whether they game plan for me or not. They're going to have to stop me, and I got to find out what runs best against them and get the things that I need.
Cobras won the toss, so they have deferred, so they will get the football to begin the third quarter here this afternoon under now overcast skies in a one-point game. And a stop here early isn't critical, but it would be key to get a stop and get the football back.
Yeah, you want to get, if you can get a 3-and-out early and get good field position and have opportunity to move it in the right direction, I think that's what they really want to be able to do.
88 degrees when we kicked off at 4 o'clock. We've dropped down to a chilly 83 now here to begin the third quarter. Did you feel that cool wave move in?
Yeah, didn't it really?
And then it left right away.
The humidity is something.
So the Cobras will get the football to begin this third quarter. And we've got a one-point game. It's been everything we thought it would be to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain about this. Is football. This is the way exactly it should be. One-point game, hard-fought.
You just hope it doesn't come down to a missed/blocked extra point.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
So both teams back out there to begin this third quarter. Brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, as David Harbaugh will come on to kick the football away from Lake High School. Who knows? He may have played against some of these guys high school ball up in the Cleveland area.
Yeah, he probably did.
As you look at that Cobras roster: Euclid, Twinsburg, Cleveland Heights, Nordonia. A lot of local Cleveland players on the Cobras roster, like a lot of Youngstown area players on the Patricians roster.
Mm-hmm. You know, and we got to don't forget that early extra point in the game today was big, where they were able to get in there and block it.
Harbaugh to kick as we get set to begin this third quarter. Back deep is number 1, Tyree Knight for the Cobras. And also back deep is Matt Wise, number 89. It'll be Wise across the 15, cuts back 20.
Oh, my.
Tried to stutter step, and he got driven to the ground
That was
on
a
a
good
nice
play
open
there.
field tackle.
Yes, it was, and we know that's not number.
That was 84.
Yeah, 84.
We don't have.
Yeah, we don't have a name there, but he absolutely came down and made a sure tackle there on a guy that you don't want to get out in open field.
Right, difficult open field tackle for sure. 10-9 Cobras as we begin this. At their 25-yard line. To see D'Angelo Thompson check in at a wide receiver spot. Tyree Knight will come to the sidelines for the Cobras. Slap Thompson, he went all the way in the first half at the quarterback spot, although you pointed out moving a little gingerly.
Yeah, you know, that's – but he's getting rid – I give it to him. He's getting rid of the football quickly. That's why I think your defensive backs need to get up a little closer, because he's getting rid of the ball quick.
Johnson and Robinson, the running backs, in the backfield with Thompson. Takes the snap, going to pitch it to Robinson, trying to turn the corner. And he's able to pick up just a couple of yards as he turned the edge. And they ran that toss play quite a bit, but have only found a couple of yards each time.
Yeah, each time. They've been pretty good on that. And they got a lot of quickness on the Patricians' defense. So it's really hard to get on the outside of them. What we've seen that's happen to the Patricians sometime in a few of the games is teams have been able to run in between the tackles at times, and that's when they're breaking off big runs.
So call it second down and just about 7 yards to go. We approach 14 minutes to play. Thompson again, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right side, wing to the left. They're going to give the football to the tailback. That looked like, I believe that was C.J. Johnson on the carry.
Mm-hmm. I think that was. Yeah.
Johnson played his college football at D2 Tiffin. I've always said there's good football played at small college levels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, I may be particular to a certain Division III team. So it's 3rd down and about 3 to go. Movement
Almost
up
got
front, no flag. Ball pitched to the outside. Now there is a flag that came in a little late.
Now, are they going to call? We got to see what they call on this. Because I don't think they came across. Yeah, I guess they did call.
Yeah. So that defensive encroachment should.
That's about the 5th time so far, and I'm telling you, it's all discipline. Is you just got to he's getting them with that hard count.
Trying to get the sticks caught up to the play. The heat's catching up with all of us.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of the Cobras. 2 receivers to the right. Split backs. Thompson, play fake, goes downfield. That is D'Angelo Thompson on the reception and then pushed out of bounds. Down to the 40-yard line. It's just going to be about a 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7. Clock will continue to run. We approach 13 minutes to play in the game.
Not bad defense there. They got, and like I said, he gets rid of the football quickly. So you want to play up on the receivers. Boy, they were bringing the house on that last one.
2nd down and 8. Ball on the 40-yard line. Cobras going to put 1 receiver far out to the right side. Stack a receiver close to the line of scrimmage to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Thompson. Patricians showing pressure. They give it up the middle and got across the 40 before being driven back. Still on pile with a couple of guys slow to get up. C.J. Johnson picks up a few. It's going to bring up now 3rd down, just about 6 to go.
And he's steady getting them with that hard count. It's really surprising, but
he's good at that.
Yeah, he's good at it. But I tell you, all it takes is one skill, and it's watch the football. It don't move, you don't move.
So 3rd down, 6 from the 40. Wise going to go outside of the numbers to the right side. Going to stack 2 receivers tight to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Slap Thompson. Play clock rolling down. Slap Thompson back to throw. Fires downfield. That went through the hands of his intended target, Matt Wise. And incomplete. This will bring up 4th down and 6. And will we see Cooper Ryder punt this ball away? So it looks like the Patricians, Dave, got the stop they were looking for to start this 3rd.
Yeah, and that's what they want to do. They want to get that stop, get the ball, and then get some positive things going on offense.
So 2 returners back deep for the Patricians. Looks like Jordan Eaton and Marcus Brown back to return. So Cooper Ryder, who played his college football in the MAC at Toledo, will punt the ball away. Always love some Tuesday night action. Fills your college football week early.
It sure does.
Patricians a man down. They run one on. Cooper Ryder saying, can I have the football? He avoids the rush, gets the kick away. I'll just back away from it. This is going to take took a bounce for both sides before being down at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, excellent play by the punter there. He seen they wanted to come with something to get there, and he got to the outside and still got that punt away.
Again,
Good
it
job.
shows you kickers are
Athletics.
athletes.
Yes, sir. You've been saying it.
Possession of this second half, trailing the Cobras 10-9 with 11:02 to play here in this third quarter. So it looks like Miguel Burgess is going to start at the quarterback spot. We'll also see the big defensive lineman, L.J. Rosa, in the backfield. He, since joining the squad, has made a big difference on that D-line.
Yeah.
So coming to the sidelines is Tyler Simeo. Burgess overlooks the Cobra defense. Takes the snap flag on the play as he decides to keep the football. Gets to the outside across the 40, 45, and down near midfield. The ball came loose when it went out of bounds in front of the Patricians bench. We got a flag back here by the line of scrimmage at the snap of the football.
He said offsides on the offense. Illegal.
2 men in motion. So another penalty wipes out a big run by a quarterback here today.
Yeah, that's two big time plays.
Wipe off a Gil Burgess. So make it 1st and 15, back to the 22-yard line. 10-9, Cleveland leading Youngstown here in the third quarter. PAFL Tier 2 semi-pro football this afternoon. Big thank you to TPI Custom Photo Lab for sponsoring today's broadcast on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240. I always say it, we can't do it without the sponsors.
Yeah, that's it. That's true.
You know how we know that? I'll tell you something after. Patricians line it up in the huddle. A little bit of a longer huddle before they break and come to the line of scrimmage. They put Landon Bates way out to the left side. Got the 2 backs in the backfield, receivers to each side of the formation on 1st and 15 from the 22. Gonna hand off to Mark Grier, trying to sweep to the outside. Oh, he got undercut as he went down, but good to see him pop back up. The Patricians know how important high school football is to the Valley. They're going to be part of our broadcast coming up this fall.
Work together all the way through.
And if you want to know what that in Western Reserve Radio 2, head now to WBBW.com. Click on High School Football 2025. It is 2nd down and 15 for the Patricians. Under 10 minutes to play in a fast-moving third quarter. We've experienced sunshine, rain, and overcast skies throughout the afternoon.
Yeah. This is a big play here for the Patricians.
2nd and 15. McElroy overlooking the defense, has single receivers to each side. Takes the snap, trying to cut one side, now looking for a block to cut back to the other. Now cuts back to the outside, got a block to clear. They're going to call that an illegal block as the flag came out.
When you're running back and forth, that's going to happen sometime. And a lot of that stuff is close, and there's another flag on the side. Now, and they might get some more.
Yeah, one of the Cobras players got pushed into the Patricians bench at the end of that play. Now they're trying to clean everything up. Somebody's a little upset from the Cobra side.
There's no way he'll stay on the field.
at the line of scrimmage. We've got a flag upfield as well. Penalties.
Yes, you know, as a player, there's nothing you can say when you're still arguing, still grappling, doing things after the play. Can't blame anyone else but yourself on those.
So they called the illegal block in the back against the Patricians, which...
Offsetting penalties, I guess.
As we approach 6 o'clock, you're listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, part of a community. One Western Reserve. Scoring here in this third quarter, 10-9 is the lead for the Cleveland Cobras. Patricians facing a third down and very long. They need to get to the 37-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, a lot of real estate on this.
Second and just about 28 yards. Johnson Sr. goes in motion. McElroy to throw. Fires underneath, has a man wide open, and Ryan Royster.
He's going to be close.
And Royster's going to be close to that first down marker.
Man, he's very close. He might be a little short, or did he get it?
And the Patricians want to go, Dave. They want to show this up-tempo offense.
Western Reserve Radio.
So it's going to bring up, we'll call it third down, about 4. Run the ball with Grier, and he's going to be stood up after a gain of about 1, maybe 1.5. It's going to be fourth down and short. As we unpile after the run at the bottom of that pile for the stop. That's Mormon, the defensive lineman there, making the tackle.
Yeah.
I always love those D linemen with the single digits.
Yeah, absolutely now.
So
this is big. Do you punt it or do you go for it? Here.
They're showing no signs of punting
this
football.
No, not at all. Maybe you want to get your quarterback on the edge. They've been able to make big plays.
Johnson in motion. McElroy to throw. Rusher came clean. He'll dump it underneath, and that's going to be awfully close to the first down.
He caught the ball there.
At the spot of the catch, that should be good.
First down.
For a first down, and it is. Side judge was saying fourth down. Field judge and the referee say that's a first down. Move the sticks.
Yeah. And it's actually
it's where he caught the football.
That's right. Where the far side referee was, they did an excellent job of getting there.
I've been listening the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from you. So now we're holding up play with the stick still saying fourth down. And we're going to have a measurement. Okay, I will say this. In 10 years of doing semi-pro football, I don't know if I've ever seen a measurement.
Right. Well,
it's really not something you see anymore.
You don't know. And the thing about it, we don't have replay, correct?
No.
So when you make an emphatic sign of first down going that way, that's it. It's over. There's no measurement.
I mean, the coach can ask for a measurement, can't he? You don't have to grant it, but you can ask.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
And it's a first down. So as previously stated, it's a first down by a good half yard.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah.
Either way,
not even close.
This drive will continue for the Patricians on a big possession.
Yeah.
7:18 to play here in the third quarter, and the Cobras up 10-9. I do. I think that might be the first time I've ever seen a measurement in semi-pro. I know it's the first time for our group.
Yeah, I don't remember any measurements.
So
most of the time, you're just trying to find somebody to do the sticks. So.
Making sure you got the right amount of officials. McElroy is the quarterback. Jordan Eaton, the tailback, with him in the backfield out of Austintown Fitch. McElroy to throw. Dumps it to Eaton, who made the catch and able to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, he wanted to go to. You see, he wanted to go downfield.
He wanted to go to McCullough.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody, who was that? Somebody came clear off the edge. Looked like that might have been Nico St. Clair, number 7, came clear and had help from Albert Portney, number 91 as well. 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. No scoring so far in this third quarter. McElroy takes the looping snap, steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws, and the ball almost intercepted. Was looking for Landon Bates, who had to turn into a defensive back and knock the ball away. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 from the Patricians' 39-yard line.
3rd down here, 3rd and 10 for the Patricians with 5 minutes, 52 seconds left in the 3rd.
3rd and 10 from the 39. Big play coming up.
This is it.
This has been a solid drive, but they're still at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 minutes, 52 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. 10-9 is the lead for the Cobras over the Patricians. It was an early 6-0 lead for the Patricians. 10 unanswered, and then a field goal by the Patricians as time expired to our score of 10-9. McElroy looks to the sidelines, taps the top of his helmet, takes the snap, rolls to the outside, now comes back to the middle of the field, looking to try to get to the outside, stiff arms the defender, and will go down near
there
the 40-yard line.
There it is.
And we've got some
when you
pushing
get to
and
the,
shoving in front of the bench.
When you get to the sidelines, it happens every time.
We got a penalty flag thrown. Looked like a little extra contact on Corey McElroy, and we've got a flag in the middle of the field as well. So we got multiple penalty flags. Nice job by the officials and the Cobras coaches to clean that up pretty quickly. So they're going to get everybody back to their respective sidelines. We had Coach Harris all the way over there trying to clean that up as well. I want to thank both coaches for taking time out of their day earlier in the week to sit down and talk with me for the Coaches Corner. Both those, you don't think about it, you just think about football, but you still have responsibilities, family, jobs, then still practice and things to get through during the week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we will sort out. There were 2 flags thrown, but unless they just call that offsetting, and we're going to keep playing.
I think that's what happened. They're going to go ahead and punt it.
So Harbaugh to punt it.
Yep.
Tyree Knight back to return. So they're going to try and get everybody situated here properly, with Knight dropping back to return the punt. Harbaugh standing at his own 30-yard line. Now, as I say that, he drops 2 yards deeper. Good snap back to Harbaugh. Numbers high. Gets away a nice kick this time, as that is going to take a Patricians roll and be down inside the 15-yard line. Harbaugh's done a nice job punting the football today.
Yeah.
So what we kind of expected has been a defensive struggle for this game today.
Yes, it has. And now we got them back up. It's who's going to make a big play. Somebody's got to step up and make a big play. And we got to see it. Is it going to be on defense or offense?
Cobras averaging 12.8 points per game. Patricians 11.8 points per game. So I feel like they are mirror images of each other.
Right.
D'Angelo Thompson going to check in at a wide receiver spot for the Cobras. Overcast skies continue, as you can see if you're watching on the Facebook Live feed. So the Cobras will go with twins right and left. Single back is C.J. Johnson with the quarterback, David Slap Thompson out of Euclid. Now he's going to take C.J. Johnson and put him on a wing to the right side. Play clock rolling down. Patricians showing some pressure as they creep to the line. Thompson takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, pumps, pulls the ball down, tries to throw it to the sidelines, and dropped by C.J. Johnson. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they got to get to him because I don't think he's going to be mobile enough to really get away from the rush. But he's doing it, like I said, he does an excellent job to get rid of the football quickly and not be sacked.
2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. 4:47 to play here in this afternoon's 3rd quarter. Cleveland 10, Youngstown 9 in this PAFL Tier 2 semi-pro football game.
No. And that's what you get when you got a veteran quarterback, though. Make those good decisions.
Thompson has twins to each side of the formation. Johnson is the tailback.
Uh-oh.
Thompson bobbled it, got it out to his receiver. That's D'Angelo Thompson. He's able to turn upfield for a small gain. And it's going to bring up now a 3rd down for the Cobras offense. Cobras put up 27 in their win 2 weeks ago over Mid-Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough-fought game down to the final seconds, a 27-26 win for the Cobras. It's 3rd down, long 5 from their 20-yard line. Twins go to each side of the formation. Running back is to the right of the quarterback. Tailback C.J. Johnson.
There you go.
Now we've got whistles.
Yeah, I think when they see him just jump, they're calling it. I don't know if he was really in the neutral zone on that play.
He either has to make contact or be in there at the snap, right?
Yeah, right. And he didn't make contact with anyone.
That penalty will give the Cobras a 1st down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I would definitely want an explanation to know.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. They run it on 1st down, and C.J. Johnson tripped up and dropped in the backfield. So recovered that loose football. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, 3:25 to play here in this 3rd quarter. This afternoon's broadcast brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com. So now they'll adjust the sticks to 2nd down and 11. So C.J. Johnson, the tailback. David Thompson is the quarterback. Tyree Knight goes in motion, left to right. Low snap. Thompson picks it up, going to look downfield, had a man open, and overshoots D'Angelo Thompson, incomplete.
Yep.
They'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Wise was deeper downfield and got behind the secondary, but I don't think he was able to spot him.
That looked like a typical back foot throw that just kind of sailed.
Absolutely.
So 3rd down and 11 from the 25-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, 3rd and 11.
2 minutes, 47 seconds to play 3rd quarter.
And what we got to see here now is this. I think you turn up. I would really send somebody, but they got to be disciplined and watching the ball because I think you're going to try the hard count for sure.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Patricians showing pressure. Now they'll back out. Thompson takes the snap, rolling out. Going to look downfield. has Wise out there. He came back to the football and made a great catch to the 49-yard line for a Cobras first down. That was a dime from Thompson.
Yep. And what's so crazy about it, the defensive backs are right there.
And they were in good position.
Great position.
First down here. For the Cobras inside their own 45-yard line. At the 46-yard line.
So they're going to spot this football at the Cobra 46-yard line. Going to put 3 receivers short side to the right. 1 receiver single side here to the left side. It looks like C.J. Hale wearing number 0. Single back in the backfield is Johnson with Thompson. Play fake. Thompson thought about initially sidearm slinging that ball, and he pulled it down quickly.
Yep. Yeah, he thought about it, and he made the right decision.
I thought I was going to get Bernie Kosar flashbacks there for a second with the sidearm throw.
Oh, my God.
We've already talked about Biner today. Why not bring back the whole bunch?
Yeah,
Reggie Langhorne, Webster Slaughter, Brian Brennan.
Oh, what a
I
team.
can remember that lineup like it was
that team was good. That was
not when they needed to be, though.
No, I know.
So it'll bring up second down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Maybe closer to 2nd and 9. And the Cobras are going to burn a timeout, I believe. They're saying, no, we don't want a timeout. So there's some kind of confusion down there on the field. Officials said Cobras want a timeout. The huddle turned and said, no, we don't.
I mean, what?
So, no, they did not use a timeout. So they'll come back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 9. Going to put 2 receivers to the right. Now 3 with 1 tight in the slot. Thompson going to give it on the handoff right up the middle to C.J. Johnson, who blasts forward for a nice gain and brings up 3rd down.
Freeman with a nice tackle there to trip him up, but
now we've got a timeout on the field, I do believe.
Hey.
So the Patricians will take a timeout to hydrate. We'll step aside. 1:18 to play, 3rd quarter. It is the Cleveland Cobras 10, the Youngstown Patricians 9 on the iMedia 1 Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia 1 Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia 1 Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia 1 Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Patricians take a timeout. They're left with a pair. The Cobras also have 2 as we've got 1:18 to play in the 3rd quarter. This broadcast brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab. We thank them for presenting sponsor of this broadcast here this afternoon on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia 1 Network. 3rd and 5 for the Cobras. Patricians looking for a big stop here to make sure they stay onside.
And you definitely know he's coming with the hard count here.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single running back to the right side of Thompson. Working the hard count now as he overlooks the defense, and he'll hand the ball off to C.J. Johnson.
Got some holding down.
Second effort.
I think I've seen that.
But there's a flag way back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, when you throw it there, it's usually holding.
So that holding penalty will wipe out the first down.
Yeah, when he seen it come flying in there.
Yeah, when it goes into the middle of the line of scrimmage, it's pretty easy to figure out what that is.
Right. When you see that runner break through like that, and then that flag comes flying.
So C.J. Johnson will come to the sidelines. We'll see who's going to check into this backfield for the Cobras. We're going to go two receivers right, two left. It is third down and long, third and about 11 yards. Thompson takes the snap, fakes the screen, fires the out, pass caught. Receiver broke the tackle, turned upfield, and he's going to score. That is a 55-yard touchdown pass, and for the Cobras coming up there with the football, that looks like Deontay McDonald, number 16, and the Cobras have stretched their lead. Now out to 16-9 with 39 seconds to go.
That's the score you had, Earl. I tell you.
We got a flag?
What, excessive celebration?
There might be a penalty on the Patricians.
Yeah, there's no use to getting upset. This
55-yard touchdown catch by McDonald.
He definitely playing cover 2 there because you see the corner allowed him to go. Safety was there.
Safety kind of.
But he was his lane.
He
wasn't
bit up a little and he just went by him.
Yeah. I mean, you got to come up full bore, and either if you can't get there for the interception.
So they'll pick up the penalty flag, but Ben Lyons will come on for a big extra point.
Yeah, if you can't get there and get the interception, then you knock the ball loose.
Lions kick is up, and that kick is good. It is now Cleveland 17 and Youngstown 9. 39 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll keep it here.
Oof,
and
I tell you.
I mean, over the years, we've seen that as a staple of the Cobras offense, that pump and go.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a pump to the underneath receiver, and then the slot guy went deep.
Yeah, and I don't know why the safety did not react.
He just kind of froze for a second.
Yeah, just froze. And, I mean, you could see it coming. When he pumped, right as soon as he pumped, I'm going full bore to that receiver.
In that situation, the underneath is underneath the first look, or is that the second?
No, that's usually the first look. For Thompson, you're talking about, right? Yep. And if he don't want it there, if it's not clear, then he can wait for the second. And that's what he did. And what you got to do as a safety, you're in a cover 2. As soon as you see that, you break on the ball. So if you can't get there and intercept it, you separate the player. And that's key. They didn't even come up with any authority, allowed him to make that catch, and he did the rest.
So Ben Lyons to kick this football away. But a couple of deep men back for the Patricians, including Jordan Eaton, the former Austintown Fitch Falcon. So Ben Lyons going to put the football down at the 35-yard line, and we've seen this Patricians offense go quiet here in the second half.
Yeah,
and
they
that's happened before, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've done seen many of those.
So Ben Lyons ready to kick the ball back to the Patricians. High end over end kick on the run across the 15 to the 20. Breaks a tackle trying to get to the outside and thrown down shy of the 25-yard line. It's Toby Williams Sr. on the return for the Patricians. We'll see if they maybe open it up a little bit here, take some shots downfield.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something because they haven't shown any life offensively on a consistent, and they definitely need that.
So 31 seconds to go here, third quarter. They are going to draw the 50-50 winner at the end of the third quarter. So 17-9 the score in favor of the Cobras. Patricians will have the football back at about the 32-yard line. Long break for the Patricians before they come to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Got two receivers to each side of the formation. McElroy the quarterback. Eaton is the tailback. McElroy takes the snap, tries to set up the screen to Jordan Eaton, and that was read well by the Cobras defense, who came up and made the stop. Coming up there defensively, that's Robert Littlejohn on the stop.
In a nice call, but you can't float the ball. It just can't happen. It's got to be immediate. You got to get it there so you can at least try to get something out of it. It's the end of the quarter here.
That's a gain of 2. And we have come to the end of the third quarter. After 3, it is the Cleveland Cobras 17, the Youngstown Patricians 9. You're listening to Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Final 15 minutes in this one now put up on the board. 17-9 is the lead for the Cobras. Patricians facing a 2nd and 8 from their 35-yard line. As we get set to begin this fourth quarter.
Basket number 3, Maria K.
So they are announcing all of the basket winners for the auction and the 50-50 raffle. So they are going to hold up play till that's completed. Possession becomes bigger and bigger for the Patricians, trailing this one by 8.
Yeah, and your offense is sputtering and not getting what you need, makes it so much tougher.
So the Cobras and the Patricians, they will meet again in 2 weeks up in the Cleveland area from the Snake Pit.
Yeah.
Which is always a great view, but a warm booth.
Yes.
So both teams actually getting a moment here as they announce the winners to kind of just take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, they're giving us a little time. Both teams catch their breath and put in a fourth quarter run.
And I've never really asked. They do a lot of athletes do a lot of different things during delays. You got some guys just standing around. Some take a knee. Does it help that much to just take the knee compared to standing?
Yeah, I mean, get off your feet. Yep, now that's what I would do. I would take a knee. Allow the body to relax a little bit. Get the helmet off, get some air, because it is a hot one.
1-3-4-9-3-2. We only have a couple left, relax.
So the sidelines from the Cobras want to get this game underway.
Right.
As they're reading off the basket winners. And, this was scheduled for the end of the third quarter.
10 baskets.
Trying to raise some money.
Yeah, they did. Great job.
It's impressive that the community stepping up like that to help do things to raise some money for Braden and his family.
Well, 11 baskets. I mean, that did an excellent job. Well,
now we're
here
ready
we are.
for some football.
Here we are.
So 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line as now we get this fourth quarter underway. 2 to the right and 2 to the left for Corey McElroy with Jordan Eaton, his tailback. McElroy, 3-step drop, rolls to the right, sets up, going to take a shot downfield.
Oh,
and
my.
That ball came up a little short, looking for Tyree Johnson Jr. I thought he would look for McCullough over the middle. It was open initially.
Yeah, he was. It was. But the receivers got to make adjustments to the football.
Come back to the ball.
Yeah, he could actually came back and got there and maybe had an opportunity.
Because if you try to come back to the ball, fight through the defender, you're going to get a penalty, right?
Absolutely. I don't like it, but absolutely, you're right.
The former defensive back says.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. Because once that ball in the air, we can't touch them. So
it's 3rd and 8, from the 35-yard line. Corey McElroy and Jordan Eaton remain in the backfield. Johnson Sr. comes in motion. Fake the screen. McElroy on the run. Rolling back to the outside. Going to flip the ball downfield, looking for Eaton, and off his hands and incomplete at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he tried to drop it in there. It had a little bit too much on it.
It's nice sportsmanship. Malik Gaddy over there picked him up after the play.
Yeah.
And they head back to their respective sidelines. It'll be 4th and 8, and with the Patricians trailing by 8. Still a lot of time in this one at 14:43. So we'll see what they elect to do. Head coach Dom Harris calling the plays this week. So Cobras initially had Tyree Knight out there, but Patrician's going to leave the offense on the field. Big play in this one.
Yeah, this
going to put a receiver to the right and 2 to the left side. Corey McElroy, the quarterback, looking to the Patrician sidelines to see whether they're going to run it or not. They will. 4th down, he takes the snap. Rolling out. Now feeling the backside pressure. Steps up, has a man wide open. That's Landon Bates. Made a man miss at the 50, 45, 40, 30, inside the 30-yard line.
Nice
they
play
finally
there.
find Bates for a big play.
Yes, they
and
did.
The Patricians first down.
Yes, they did. Nice play of getting out of the trouble in the backfield there by McElroy, and then once Bates got it, nice adjustment.
What about the stop-and-go move, too?
Yeah.
Planted that foot. My knee would have exploded all over the place, but Bates puts the knee in the ground and takes off upfield for a big gain.
That was a big, big play there.
1st and 10 from the Cobras' 26-yard line. One receiver right, 2 to the left side. McElroy overlooks that Cobras defense. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket, rolling left, throwing that side.
I had him.
Just a little too far out in front of Mark Breyer and incomplete. Trying to lead him upfield for what would have been a big game.
Yeah. But you got to put that ball right on him. Put
Is
it
that
on
where
him.
you just step into it and rip it?
Yeah. I mean, and not really got to throw it hard. Just don't float it. Just put it right on the number. Just put it at him. He was open. He was in the clear there. And his momentum going upfield, I think he would have picked up some nice yardage.
13:40 to play, fourth quarter, 17-9. Cobras leading the Patricians. Today's broadcast brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab. Learn more online at tpiphoto.com. Patricians break the huddle. It's going to be McElroy and Eaton in the backfield. or Mineral Ridge and Austintown Fitch. 2nd and 10 from the 26. McElroy, backside pressure, didn't see it. He's going to be sacked back inside the 30-yard line. And McElroy now a little slow to get up off the turf. That pressure came backside, and he did not feel it at all.
No, he didn't feel it.
So McElroy up a little slowly, reaching back towards his neck. But looks like he's going to try and stay on the field for 3rd down.
We know how he's been. He's able to play through a lot. I got him in Burgess. I give it to him. These guys have taken some shots before, and they have played through it.
So this will bring up a 3rd down and long. Call this 3rd down about 16. See if they can find Bates again for a big play. Patricians break the huddle. They come to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be Bates and Royster with Anthony Harris lined up as a tight end. And then to the right side, it's Tyree Johnson Sr. now whistles, and Cleveland will need a timeout. 12:25 to play in this 4th quarter. And see, that's the question that they're asking. If he lost the helmet, he should come off the field for one play. But the referee is asking, he's got his arms out wide like, what do you want me to do?
Yep.
So the Cobras will take that timeout. We'll step aside as well. 12:25 to play 4th quarter. 17-9, Cleveland leading Youngstown on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One Network. And the fastest timeout in the history is over, and the teams are ready to get back to the field to resume play. McElroy and Eaton going to stay out there on 3rd down and 16. 3rd and 16 from the 31-yard line. Twins to each side, and now we've got a flag. And a illegal procedure penalty on the Patricians going to cost them 5 more. This will be 3rd and 21 back at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they.
And you're not at a spot where you can settle for 3 here.
No, you're definitely not. And you're doing things that's really putting you out of the position of even getting 3.
So 3rd and 21 from the 35-yard line. We approach 11:35 to play in the 4th quarter. Twins to each side. McElroy and Eaton in the backfield. Cobras are coming. Eaton picks up the blitz. McElroy rolls to the outside, try to deke the defender, and he got pulled down in the backfield as he came up and made the tackle for the Cobras. That looked like Robert Littlejohn again making the stop. And McElroy was down to a knee for a moment. Now he'll head to the Patrician sidelines across the field. And 4th down and long is coming up. So that sack
got to punt it now.
Forces the Patricians to punt the ball away. Harbaugh to punt. Tyree Knight out of Cleveland Heights will check in to return this punt. So Harbaugh standing back at his 44-yard line. Knight right about his 15-yard line. Cobras might have had one too many men on the field as they sprinted somebody off.
They still need one.
So
they're good now.
4th down and 25. Harbaugh to punt the ball away. High snap. Harbaugh gets the kick away, end over end. Knight makes the catch, and two defenders there to tackle him and pull him down. That's Bates and Harris, the Trumbull County connection.
Yeah.
LeBray and Hubbard combining on that stop.
Yeah. Put a little extra emphasis on that tackle also.
Old TAC 8 foes.
Well,
which was the Trumbull AA, which was the All-American Conference, which is now the,
whatever.
one of those.
And a mixture of others. That's what it is today with all these different leagues now.
After this play, I have got a high school trivia question for you.
Oh, boy.
It's a good one. I'll tell you this much. It's such a good one that I know Dave Ferris knows the answer.
Well, I bet you Dave Clark doesn't.
1st and 10 from the 10 for the Cobras. They will come to the line of scrimmage. Thompson, the quarterback. Marvin Germany is the tailback. 4 receivers in the formation, 2 to the right. They set up the screen.
Boy.
Ball was batted into the air. Tyree Knight made the catch. It looked like a penalty flag, but it was actually kids playing up on the hill on the other side.
Fly, and I said, uh-oh, flag.
Nice heads-up play by Tyree Knight. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Where was the meeting held where the original Steel Valley Conference was born?
Boy, I'm not going to get that one.
If
Somewhere
you know
in
us, you know the answer.
Hubbard.
The boiler room of the original Hubbard High School.
It's where it happened.
Is where the meeting took place for the creation of the Steel Valley Conference. So I said you knew if you knew us.
Right.
Thompson takes the snap. He'll hand it off.
Whoa, nice hit.
And that's Malik Gaddy on the carry.
And that's how you come up and make a tackle.
And it looked like coming up to fill that gap was Talon Chapman, number 6.
Yeah.
Getting a big hit on that
Yeah,
stop.
he came in with a little business for him there.
3rd down, call it a long 5. As we are down to 8 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Cobras break the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. They'll send 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left side. Gaddy remains the tailback with Thompson.
Here we go. You're not off.
They're going to call.
When you don't make no effort to get back.
They're going to call that.
They're going to call it. All he had to do is just get on back.
As long as you get back without making contact before the snap, you're good.
Yep.
So this is going to be
automatic first down.
Yep, this is going to give them a first down. So another first down by penalty for the Cobras. They've had a few of those here this afternoon.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. We go under 8 minutes to play here in the game. 17-9 is the lead for the Cobras over the Patricians. PAFL Tier 2 semi-pro football this afternoon here on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One Network. Thompson trips to the right, single receiver left side. He's going to throw, pumps, fires middle, and that's a nice dime to Tyree Knight for a Cobras first down, and the defender that leveled that hit a little slow to get up. That's Darion Owens, who is now up and limping towards the sidelines. So, unexpected pass at this point to score.
Yeah. Caught him off guard there, but.
Cobras now taking some time in the huddle. We go under 7 minutes to play here in this 4th quarter. Trips going to go to the right side. Single receiver to the left. Looks like Gaddy the tailback with Slap Thompson. Thompson overlooking that Patricians defense. They look to be coming from the edge. Thompson swings the ball into the backfield. Running back made the catch, made the first man miss, made the second man miss, and slides forward. Close to another first down. Going to be second down and short. Major League Baseball scoreboard. They go to the top of the 8th, and the Guardians lead the White Sox 4-2. Pirates, well, they got thumped today by the Twins 12-4.
Oh, God.
Guardians finish up today. One more tomorrow. Then it's the All-Star break starting Monday in Atlanta. As the only Guardians player now going is Stephen Kwan, since Jose Ramirez has opted out. They will hand the ball to C.J. Johnson.
Oh, good run there.
And he's going to have the first down. He is out to their 45-yard line, and the Cobras just working on this clock now with under 5.5 minutes to play in the game.
And they're mixing it up. They're not being super conservative. They're throwing nice short passes, screens, intermediate routes, and running the ball, and they're doing an excellent job at this time.
So the Patricians have a pair of timeouts left for Coach Harris. The Cobras down to 1.
It's time for them to step up. Somebody from the Patricians has to step up right now.
First and 10 from their 45-yard line are the Cobras. Two receivers to each side of the formation, single back in the backfield. Thompson takes the snap, looking to throw. Fires downfield. Thompson makes the catch. That's D'Angelo Thompson. And he's all the way down near the 25-yard line. And another absolute rope from Slap Thompson.
Yep.
And you know what? It's been a mixture of clock and running of the ball.
Yeah, they're doing it both. And he's doing an excellent job because they're not sitting being conservative. They're playing like they're playing from behind.
And they're creating a lot of mismatches and single coverage. Clock rolling down to 4 minutes to play here in this game this afternoon. Two receivers to each side. Robinson out of Twinsburg is the tailback. Thompson going to give it to Gashawn Robinson.
Oh,
and
my.
With some help from the line, they're going to drive this football down near the 10-yard line. That's a first down run for the Cobras, trying to work this clock away. It's now down to 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the game. So it looks like that's Matt Wise going to come to the sidelines, I believe. Check that. That's Marvin Germany, 23. The jersey was tucked up. I couldn't see the number for a moment. So Cobras now taking their time in the huddle as we approach 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Boy, I tell you. Now this is the one that could just be the dagger.
Been an impressive finishing drive by this Cobra squad.
Yeah, you got to give them credit.
Two receivers right, two to the left side. Single back in the backfield with Thompson. Now they send Tyree Knight in motion. Thompson's just going to keep it, work his way right up the middle for about a 5-yard gain.
And that was shocking to see Thompson going and running the ball there.
Right, haven't seen him run much at all today. Give him a gain of 4. Second down and 6 with the ball on the 7-yard line. So they can pick up a first down at the 1. Cobras again taking time in the huddle. Seems like it's been almost a full minute between snaps of the football.
You ain't kidding.
As we are approaching the 2-minute warning, and I think that's just what the Cobras are waiting on. And we have hit the 2-minute warning. At the 2-minute warning, it is the Cleveland Cobras 17, the Youngstown Patricians 9 on the iMedia 1 Network and Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Off the 2-minute warning, it is 2nd down and 6 from the 7-yard line for the Cobras. As we welcome you back to the Owl's Nest. Final time here at home for the Patricians for the 2025 PAFL Tier 2 season. At least for the regular season portion.
Yeah.
2nd down and 6 from the 7-yard line. It'll be C.J. Johnson at the tailback spot. 2 receivers going to the right, and 2 will go to the left side. 2nd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Cobras taking their time, coming to the line of scrimmage. And we've got movement up front, and that's going to be a illegal procedure, false start on one of the big guys up front. And that'll back them up 5. It'll be 2nd and 11. First time we've really seen some discipline penalties on the Cobras today.
Yeah, they've been very disciplined most of this game.
So 2nd and 11 from the 12-yard line. Cobras break the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. To send Matt Wise wide out to the right side. Put Tyree Knight slot to the left. Slot to the right side is D'Angelo Thompson. Slap Thompson takes the snap, fakes it. He's going to keep the football. Looking for the end zone for Matt Wise. Instead, it's the back corner of the end zone for a Cobras touchdown. I think that is the 2nd score of the day for number 16, Deontay McDonald, this time from 12 yards out.
And it's something because what's shocking me is the pass rush. They can't get to him.
Yeah, but this defense that got a lot of pressure in the first half and has all season.
Yeah.
A lot of credit has to go to the Cobras offensive line that has played well today.
Yeah, they have. Made some adjustments, and they have been really excellent in the second half.
So Ben Lyons on to attempt the extra point. With 1:52 to play here in the 4th quarter, and that about seals this one up for the visitors from Cleveland.
Yes, it does.
Lions on for the extra point. C.J. Hale to hold. High snap, gets it down. Kick on the way.
And it's good.
And that is good, and someone's going to have to go retrieve the football in the woods. So it is now the Cobras 24 and the Patricians 9. And I think they're going to make Ben Lyons go find that football since he kicked it. That's what it looks like. Lyons headed into the woods.
Lyons got to go get his own football.
And that might be his own kickball, so he wants to go find it.
Right.
So with 1:52 to play here, the Patricians are going to get the football back, and the Cobras are going to improve to 3-3 in Tier 2, and the Patricians will drop to 2-4. And we're going to do this all again in 2 weeks.
And it's a must win for the Patricians.
Once again, we remind you, today's game brought to you by TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. And we say thank you to them for sponsoring this afternoon's broadcast.
Absolutely. You have to do that. It's been an excellent football game, but A lot of undisciplined play by the Patricians.
The second halves have been tough for this young team this year.
It has. Yep, it sure has.
So back deep to return the kick. That is going to be Jordan Eaton. And back with him is number 0, Isaac Coker. As Ben Lyons set to kick the football away. Lyon gets his foot into it. This kick is going to drift and go out of bounds. Here comes the flag, and that'll give good field position to the Patricians with 1:52 and 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw the ball immediately and get downfield. But can they do that? They've been having trouble all night or afternoon.
So Corey McElroy and the offense back out onto the field. Their lone touchdown today so far came on a 6-yard touchdown run by McElroy on the opening drive.
Yep.
Patricia, they had to burn a timeout. They only had 9 men in the huddle.
Oh, my. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's undisciplined there. How did that happen?
Well, actually, they had 2 run on and then 1 run off. So I don't know how many it was, but it forced them to burn a timeout either way.
Yeah,
so they will use a timeout that leaves them with 1 remaining. As we have been at the 1:52 mark for a little while here.
Yes. Yes.
Don't forget Pittsburgh Pirates baseball tomorrow on the Sports Radio 1240 before the Buccos head into the All-Star break, and we find out, does Paul Skeens get the start for the National League in the Midsummer Classic coming up on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think he will.
You got the potential Paul Skeens, Tyrek Skubal matchup for the American League, but Skubal got knocked around a little bit yesterday. So here comes Corey McElroy in the Patricians offense from the 35-yard line.
We hadn't seen Burgess. I wonder if he injured.
Check that. Ball's on the 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Mark Grier's the single tailback in the backfield with Corey McElroy. McElroy takes the snap, rolling to the outside, fake the pitch. He's going to run with the football when he's pulled down as he crosses the 45-yard line, and the Patricians want to go. They'll pick up the tempo. So they'll come right back to the line of scrimmage after about a 7-yard gain. McElroy takes the snap, sidearms the ball downfield. It's dropped by Zier Graham and incomplete.
You know, I'm looking at the sideline. I see Bates. Well, he's in now. But where is Burgess? We haven't seen him the second half.
Maybe on that opening drive, but not much.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is he injured? Guy with that much explosiveness.
It's 3rd down and 3 for the Patricians. Zier Graham goes to the right side of Corey McElroy. McElroy takes the snap, deep drop, pressured backside, steps up, fires a dart downfield, and a catch made for a first down by Bates down to the Cobras 45-yard line. And McElroy really stepped into that throw for a first down.
He zipped that one.
So, first down to the 45-yard line of the Cobras for the Patricians. That's Christopher McCullough. He's going to line up to the right side. Game clock now down to 37 seconds as McElroy looks to throw. Comes back, steps up, now being pressured again to the outside, try to avoid the rush, and down he goes. It's another sack for this Cobras defense. Robert Littlejohn on the tackle.
That should do it there. That should finalize it there.
18 seconds left to play in the game.
That was a stamp on it right there.
That Cobras defense, they've played very well since that opening drive. And I believe the Patricians used the timeout with 2 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah. And I'm looking at McElroy, can't hardly walk. I'm trying to locate Burgess. I don't see him anywhere. So it makes me think that he is injured of some kind.
So enough time for one more play for the Patricians.
In the last couple plays, Bates wasn't even on the field, so I don't know what they're doing.
Guardians with a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning in Chicago. Looking to take 2 of the first 3 in that 4-game set. Did you catch any of the game yesterday by chance?
Of
the Night Guardians game last night?
No.
They wore, I forget what they called, they're like, they always wear special jerseys.
Yeah.
They were throwback jerseys that looked like the old Bulls jerseys that were red and black. I'm not quite sure if I liked him or I didn't like him. I was kind of somewhere in between. Corey McElroy clearly limping as he comes back on the field for one final snap of the football. So McElroy drops to throw. Going to step into a deep ball downfield that hangs up in the air and is intercepted by the Cobras. And Bates upends the defender, and that will put this game in the win column for the Cobras. Final score here this afternoon, it is the Cleveland Cobras 24, the Youngstown Patricians 9. We'll take a break, come back and wrap this up on the iMedia One Network and Sports Radio 1240.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
This is the radio home of the best high school sports in Youngstown. We are Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
This is the radio home of the best high school sports in Youngstown. We are Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station.
Putting the wraps on this one here this afternoon from the Owl's Nest for the final time in 2025, and the Patricians fall to the Cleveland Cobras 24-9. A special thank you to this afternoon's broadcast sponsor, TPI Custom Photo Lab, the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. And, of course, all the people that donated, bought raffle tickets, 50-50 tickets, game tickets for Braden Greathouse and his family. Of course, Braden fighting B-cell leukemia. We all came out to support his fight today.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great thing, great scene that we've seen out here tonight. So it was great to be here.
A tough one again for the Patricians, Dave. Second halves have been a challenge this year.
Oh, boy, it's been something. It's been rough. I know they just shake their heads because the second half is like a whole different team that's out there.
So we will talk to you in 2 weeks when we head to Cleveland for the final game of the regular season, when these two teams will meet up again from the Snake Pit. That'll be a 6:45 airtime and a 7 o'clock kickoff. Our first game under the lights in 2025.
Yeah, that's going to be different.
Big thank you to our friends who called this game for Western Reserve Radio 1. Jim Craven, the coach, Bob Gessler, Matt Craven, who helps produce that game for them. Big thank you to everyone with the Jackson Milton athletic staff for providing us with an opportunity to do these games here. Yeah. It's been a great view, a pretty good setup, and a comfortable all-in-all event that we've been able to have here.
It has. We didn't know what to expect, but it has been a great location and everything, and continue here would be great.
That is going to do it for us here this afternoon. Big thank you to Dave Ferris producing the game, my partner Dave Clark. Big thank you to all our friends at Cumulus Media, including Rich Esbenshea and Sales, Ben Schlegel, Bill Kelly, Charlie Connolly, everyone for helping us put this on Sports Radio 1240 as well. For the two Daves, my name is Mark Means. Patricians fall this afternoon 24-9. You heard it all right here on Sports Radio 1240 and the iMedia One Network.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.